Jaylen Brown. I wonder if you got to get a mask.
What you mean?
Remember, Tatum broke his jaw, broke his cheekbone by accident. Remember,
Tatum or Brown?
Jaylen Brown. I said Jaylen Brown needs a mask because Tatum broke his cheekbone by accident.
Oh, that's how it happened. I didn't even see how it happened.
Yeah, I was watching the game when it happened. It was an accident. Like I think Jason Tatum got hit into him going for the ball, and his elbow hit him in the face.
Was it the undefeated master of the mid range?
Paul George. I call him Paul Fraud. Jaren Jackson. Yeah, I would have rather see AD over this guy. I'm sorry.
Over who?
Over Jaren Jackson. They played pretty much the same game because Jaren Jackson was hurt at the beginning of the season. Bam Adebayo.
Did he choose to sit out? AD.
No, I think when they asked him at the last minute, I would have said "fuck you too." I'm not mad at that, but he should have been on the team over Jaren Jackson. I'm saying from the beginning. Drew, my man, Holla, I fuck with Holiday. Ant-Man. I fuck with Anthony Edwards too.
I like Ant-Man.
Yeah, but he's still
He's
another
tough.
one. He's tough, but he still got to mature. All he gonna do is get better if he mature. All the great ones figure it out eventually, and to me, he looked like he could be a great one.
He's competitive. He's not scared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He have all the traits. It's just about harnessing it and putting it in the right. You know what I'm saying?
He got an edge to him. That's what it is about him. I like. He's not.
Yo,
You know.
did you see the interview with Coach K and LeBron?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, when
I
that
saw
man
it.
said I'm a Swiss Army knife, I was like, yo, that's crazy. He said there's a scissors on it, there's a knife on it. He said
A
there's a
wine
one.
opener.
Coach K said it better be a good bottle. LeBron said, yeah, I got you. I got the. Nah, listen, I hate Duke, but I always love Coach K. I
That's the
separate the
whole.
two. I
That's the whole
separate the
yank.
two because Coach K is it seems like he loves people. He don't seem like one of those coaches like there's coaches that you say look like it's business, and then there's coaches that look like they truly, truly care. Like people say Andy Reid's a coach like that. Like even Andy Reid said he had to mature to become that kind of coach.
You saw
When he
with
won the
Jason
Super
Tatum.
Bowl.
You saw when Jason Tatum spoke about him.
Nah, I missed his
No,
I
not
missed it.
today. Not
No.
today. It was a different interview. I saw Tatum. He said he had a good game at halftime, or he had a bad game. He went to the locker room. Things whatever happened, the teammates was just like, "Yo, it's all right. You'll pick it up." Coach K was like, "The fuck are you doing? That's how you play ball?" And he said he spoke to him crazy. He was like, "Ain't nobody ever speak to me like that." And he killed. He came back. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Nah, you can't talk to me like that again." He's like, "You play ball, didn't you?" He's like, "Coach K isn't scared. He knows how to motivate. He knows
Yeah,
what
and that's
buttons to push." It seems like.
and they said Ty Lue did the same thing to LeBron in that game
Yeah, yeah. In
that
the
he
finals,
got at him too. Like, yo, you
Game
got to
7,
step it up.
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was his man was there. See, that's another thing. I would have thought LeBron had not thought like his personality. Yeah, yes men around him, but he doesn't. James Jones and them told him, "Yo, I thought you said you wanted to hear the truth. He ain't lying to you." So
You can't.
for Ty Lue to say like, "Yo," because Ty Lue said it wasn't that he was playing bad, but he knew we need him at a
He had
different
the,
level. We need
yes.
him at this level. We don't need
The
LeBron
intention,
lackadaisical.
yes.
Nah, we need because once he does that, what's everybody else gonna say?
But
They're gonna
think
follow
about it.
suit.
Everybody need to have good people around me. You got me around you. I got you around me. I don't think each other of us are yes people. You
Nah,
have to
yeah,
have that
yeah.
guy to say, yo, put that drink down, bro. You had enough. You have to have that person to say, yo, give me the keys. You have to have that person to say, yo, you could throw this all away. That's why all the great people survive. That's why LeBron James is able to do what he do. He has great people around him. Think about it. He has no father. He has no father figure. He
Right.
he has a mother that did what she could, that instilled whatever can she could in him to make him choose those people in around him. He didn't have to trust his friends. You don't have to trust me. I don't have to trust you, but it's something that you see like this person's not going to put me in a situation to kill me or lose money.
There's somebody when LeBron, because he got left back in third grade because he went through a lot, and
Yeah,
there's
he missed
there's
like 36 days of school one school year, he said.
yeah, there was whatever coach or mentor he had at that point. Forgot, I'm gonna Google his name because he deserves his
He,
props.
yeah,
I
he
mean,
stayed with
imagine
him. His coach. Yeah, that was his
eight
coach. And,
8 years old, an 8 year
yeah, and
old
they
kid.
yo, that's what I'm saying. LeBron went through so much stuff because even in that interview when he was like he was thinking about the game of basketball and the business at 17, if that's true, that's crazy for him to be able to balance all that. And he remember he was like, it was like, yo, LeBron, this is pressure. He said, there's no pressure. I've been under pressure since I was 10 years old. That's crazy to hear him
I'm
say that. Not to hear, no, to hear him say that back then and to see what happened now. That's what I'm
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
Like, yo, that's crazy.
even when I was doing a highlight right now with my man on All Ball when he had shout out to All Ball, he had um Coach Commodore on there. Coach Commodore is the brother of the other dude Commodore that be on Instagram with the funny with the skits.
Oh yeah. Fresh out, ain't nothing go
Yes,
bad. Yeah,
yes,
I
his
met him
brother.
actually. I met him in real life. Shout out
Yeah,
to Commodore. I met him in if you remember, yo, I met you in an MCU ATM over there
downtown.
by Center Street, by Brooklyn Bridge.
That's ill.
Yeah,
His
he was in there.
brother,
I was coming out.
his brother
I'm
looks
sorry.
just
Go
like
ahead.
him. Nah, his brother
Oh
looks
what?
just like him. And but he used to play ball and he coaches basketball now. But he spoke about what we just talking about before that.
About LeBron and the pressure at 10 years old and all. He said I
No,
had
no,
pressure at 10
no.
years old.
Damn, we were just talking about something. So I
We
was
were
doing a
talking about
highlight reel. Oh,
LeBron.
Lenny Cook. Lenny Cook.
Yeah.
He played Lenny Cook, and you know Lenny Cook and LeBron, they played each
Yeah, I
other in the
know.
tournament.
Yeah, I
And
know.
Lenny, yeah, and Lenny Cook was the way he spoke about him, like it was almost as if they never heard of LeBron until they seen the tournament. They were like, nah, yo, that kid
He
right there.
yeah, they didn't hear. That's what Lenny Cook said. Lenny Cook, I said, never heard of him. And he said, I met LeBron that day, that game.
And even then, you could see in the interviews, he knew what to say. So,
Yes.
and you could program a kid, you could tell them everything in the world. You know, we have
Nah.
kids,
My
but
man said I was
it's
going to
different when
read
they
him
get it.
books. When he said I was going to read books upon the greats, and he said, I picked three people. Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. You love King Griffey a certain way, but King Griffey was that guy, and he was a superstar. And then he also said, who he said? He said, King and Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was that guy. He talked a lot of shit, but Deion backed it up, and Deion is super nice. So I guess for him to pick those people, LeBron, no, you got to back up shit. That's why when he said to hear him say, "Yo, I've been on under pressure since I was 10 years old." I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like this dude never gave up on himself. Like at that age to know how to, I gotta eat right, I gotta get sleep. That's crazy to be that disciplined at that young.
He's been touched.
Yeah, man, he
Uh,
was a chosen one. When he said, remember I walked past you in the locker room and said I should get that. LeBron said you should get this. He said I am.
what was he talking about?
When he was talking about the chosen one tattoo on LeBron's
Oh,
back.
right. He said that that magazine actually wrote it first
Yeah, he
about
said,
him.
like I said, LeBron, LeBron crazy. This dude is different, man. Like it's like he was definitely designed to play basketball. Like he was designed by the aliens. Like he was
He's one of
designed by the
those.
aliens.
He's
Like
one of
yeah,
those. He's one of those. Because
it's
again,
crazy.
I always go back to Josh Smith. Josh Smith was he could have been. What was? But again, it's
Work
that
ethic,
combination. Yeah,
work
but
ethic,
it's like you always say. We go to
T
work.
Mac.
And there's you know who's really gonna work.
Yeah,
You know who's really gonna put in the work and put in the work after work, before work. It's just
exactly.
different. It's just different. And there's a lot of guys like that. Lamar Odom is
But
up there too.
yeah,
6'11" with a handle.
But Lamar Odom won championships though.
He
Remember,
helped with a
forget that.
chip.
Like, but Lamar played. The thing about Lamar Odom was he was on a horrible team and he didn't have any real truly leaders. When he went to Miami, it was clicking. By luck, he got traded to Kobe and the Lakers. You see how that worked out? Remember when they was on the Heat? I think you was like, nah, yo, the Heat is high. They got Baron Day. No, they have
D
they
Wade,
have D Wade. They have my man. What's the other
Karan
guy? The
Butler.
dude that Karan Butler and him, and they made the playoffs that year. And then they traded them, which was wild.
Right. Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
crazy. Yeah.
But I still think Lamar Odom could have been better. You know what I'm saying? Like he was 6'11" and just that he was rare. Like shout out to Don Dropper. He was trying to tell me, we always argue about the Kobe LeBron thing. He was saying that Cleveland the LA team was worse than Cleveland. I'm like, yo, he had Lamar
Never.
Odom. Lamar Odom
Never.
was different than everyone on Cleveland. Like, he just was. To
No
have
one
somebody
had
there to bring the ball up and not just bring the ball up, put pressure on the defense like that. If
Kobe, no
LeBron
Michael.
has that, nah.
Kobe, no Michael Jordan had a team as bad as that 2007 LeBron team that got to the finals. That team was literally horrible. We read the roster. People need to go look at that roster.
And I
He
think
had listen. He had Candace Parker brother there. She's better than him.
right.
Like think about who
Anthony
was on
Anthony
that
Parker.
time. I don't know his name, but we only Parker we know about is the Shoulder Parkers and Candace Parker. They're about to do the draft. We're going right now. They got them on stage.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about that, right? Like we wanted to see the disappointment in people's faces, like we're at the park again. You can't take that away. This was kind
I
of,
think.
come on,
I
man.
mean, you know, the NBA still got to do it that way. They can't do it that way to a certain amount. It still got to have its theatrics, and it's like wrestling. They know the ending.
But still, we want to
It's
see
still
somebody
wrestling,
damn like
bro.
get. Remember, you could piss somebody off and they go out all
Yeah,
out. They go
but
all
they
out in the
don't.
game because of it.
I don't think they want to do that to a certain extent. As far as that's what I guess they did. I think they should have just let him pick the starters off the starters and forget the reserves. The reserves should have been picked in the back. The starters should be picked. Like everybody don't need to be up there. LeBron looked like he wants the shit to hurry up and go on. LeBron using that Beijing. I ain't mad. He dying that big.
LeBron gotta chill out.
Nah, listen. He on TV. He should be able to dye his beard. We broke. I'm not dyeing my beard. I ain't on TV.
I'm going to the hair transplant doctor
No,
once we get
bro,
up.
listen to me.
It's
I
over.
always tell people. I tell people when it start going and it's slowly going, I'm getting a kufi with a Mets symbol, a Rangers symbol, a Dallas Maverick symbol. I'm all the sports teams I like. I'm gonna have a kufi with that team on it.
Let's talk to the captains here briefly before we get going.
He said he got the Beijing.
Then the baby, he got the extra dye going on.
Shout out to Carlos Boozer for pioneering the Beijing movement
No,
in the
Carlos Bozo. That's the guy who said.
NBA.
Remember when he said, "Oh, we got a couple of guys say that might be ahead of LeBron before when he was a rookie." Remember he said that stupid ass comment.
That whole team, Darius, all of them were very disrespectful. Like it was no,
Yeah. Well,
that's
look at
why
them.
there was a clip of Paul Pierce when he was sitting in the All Star game from 20 years ago. They were saying, "Yo, there's a high school basketball player right now that could probably be in
I
the All
saw
Star
when he
game."
was talking to KG about that. He said
He
he went to
said
go see him.
he was like, "Hold on."
Yeah, he was like he ain't believing either.
He said Shaq is in. He's like Michael Jordan under Michael Jordan. He said there's somebody that could play at this level. He was like, "Yo, wait, what?" And he couldn't believe it, but
Yo,
it was true.
did you ever hear that story about how Cleveland got in trouble? Cleveland got in
Cleveland,
trouble when they had that they invited LeBron for like a run.
nah.
So the coach, I forgot the coach name. The coach has a son that I remember the dude that LeBron dunked over when he was on the Heat. That was on the Bulls. It was a dude that he
Oh,
dunked him.
his father was
Yeah, his
a
father. I think his father was there.
John
Yeah,
Lucas.
and I think LeBron, the dude,
John
told
Lucas
him
was
like,
nice.
"Yo, listen." He told him that LeBron was coming, so his son was like, "Yo, then I gotta be in the gym." He said when LeBron went there, he was playing like he usually play, whatever. And the coach paused the game and said, "Yo, LeBron, you came to play or you came to like do whatever?" And LeBron said he was looking at him like he embarrassed LeBron, right? The dude said when he blew that whistle, he said LeBron took over. He said LeBron went up for a dunk. And he said the guy tried to block it. He said LeBron went around him and dunked it on the other side of the rim. The guy said he walked out the gym. He said LeBron was 7. I think he said LeBron was 17 when he did that.
He was supposed to have a run with Mike in him.
That's what, remember when
but it was
Ron
in
Artest told, he was like, no. He said, yo, it was LeBron. He said LeBron was playing very, very well
aggressive.
at 16 years old.
But they don't have any footage of it.
Of course not. You know Mike ain't having that. You know Nike not having that. They got that. That's stuff they could put on a documentary later on.
I'm wondering, like, why didn't they record even the Dream Team practices? Like, nobody took a picture.
They did record it.
Nah, because they some of it. They don't have
when
all
they
of
played
it.
the college kids.
They don't even have that because the college kids wiped them at first.
No, I watched it. You didn't watch the documentary of the Dream Team?
Yeah, I seen it, but it wasn't like you could see the whole game.
If you go on YouTube, I think it's up there. I saw it.
Nah.
Go on YouTube.
Listen, I've been looking for that for 30 years. It's not on there. Somebody has it though. Just like when they said they had you shout them out. Dame Lillard was the first pick. I guess Drew Holiday pick number 2, or LeBron's first pick.
These are reserves. I see what they're doing. They go on reserve first, then starters. That's extra corny. So we could definitely talk to this shit. Okay. Anthony Edwards happy as fuck. You like Braun picked me first. Yo, he looked like the dude Eddie Winslow from Family Matters.
Who does? Because don't nobody look more like
Ant-Man.
He don't look more like Eddie Winslow than what's my man's name? Zach Randolph.
Zach Randolph is he was the first original Eddie Winslow.
That might be Zach Randolph's little brother though.
Yeah, you remember that episode when the gang tried to get Eddie and they beat him up?
Hell yeah, that was later on Laura's boyfriend. Come on, man.
Yo, he came back to the restaurant with the black eye.
He said the dragons. He said, do you know what it could have been? And Eddie Winslow bumped it. He said, I do. I was like, what? What happened, Eddie?
He said it was the dragons.
The dragons. Yeah. Did you see that uncle, what's his name? The father? Winslow?
The uncle?
No, the father. What's the father's name?
Yeah, he's in the commercials. He's in the commercials now. Carl Winslow, nigga.
Carl Winslow.
My man from Die Hard with the Twinkies. He was from Die Hard with the Twinkies.
How's he playing the stereotypical cop? It's hilarious. But he was saying in an interview that Eddie that Steve Urkel was hard to deal with. He was acting like the diva.
He was acting like Stephon Urkel.
Yo, but I don't know. I mean, wouldn't anybody do that if you were you were the man?
That stupid ass episode where he was dancing to that baby face. It's for the cool. You remember when he was dancing at the party and Laura panties dropped? Did you saw that? Yo, that nigga, But that's what. But we can't front. We was looking forward to watching Family Matters. Though back in the days, those shows was a big deal for the culture. Like that's when we was in the house. Like we wasn't outside yet. Like Family Matters came out in the 90s. I was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? That was Darkwing Duck and all that used to come on the weekends and shit. But
that's crazy because Darkwing Duck, did it start off Saturday morning and then it went to everyday afternoons?
Remember, it came on Channel 7 first, and then they switched it to Channel 11 later on for the afternoon. Because remember, that was a Disney cartoon on Channel 7. That makes me think that they contracted it to the WB, Channel 11 later on. Because remember, all the Disney channels, Tailspin, all those Disney things was coming on Channel 7. Think about it. Now that we older, think about that.
What's the top for Disney afternoon cartoons though?
Oh come on, we gotta go.
Coming
in at number 4, Chippendales Rescue Rangers at number 4.
Okay.
Number 3,
Rescue Rangers.
Number 3, I'm gonna go. What's that show? It was what's that other Disney show used to come on channel? Well, anyway, I got
What was it? Describe it.
I got Rescue Rangers, I got Darkwing Duck, and of course I got DuckTales. Those are my top three because I can't
Top
think
three.
of another one.
It's I
When your
mean,
man Scrooge McDuck was swimming through money, he was the original. He was the original flosser. No one. He was swimming through money in the 80s, bro.
Scrooge McDuck was on Broke Baby.
Yeah.
Oh, the OG on Broke Baby. What's going
Nah,
on?
Scrooge McDuck changed the game. He was the original flosser. Like, forget
Yes.
champagne. He was swimming through money, literally.
And he
Your
was
man had
acting
gold,
broke.
and
He was
the
acting
only-
broke.
And he was the only one that could do it.
Scrooge
No
was
one else
wild.
could. No one else can swim in the money. When you hit it, it was hard.
Because they were broke. Only Scrooge
Yes.
could swim in his
Yeah,
bread.
that should be our theme music. Do, 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 do. And every time we try to jump in the money, we can't get in it.
Yo, that is so crazy. That's so crazy. That's wild as an adult. Yo, that's why you
My
are
man was
broke.
swimming. That's the ultimate flex. You can't get in this club. You are broke. I'm cut from a different cloth. Literally, I can go through metal, and you can't. And he was spitting up coins. Your man was spitting up coins. Remember when the Bugle Boys tried to jump in and they hit that shit, man? Oh, that nigga jumped off the diving board. He really was gonna make it.
Yo, I could pull this up on the street.
Yo, the Bugle Boys, them dudes was running around with really on some gang shit. They was really trying to take it.
Shout out to
they must have been from Brooklyn. Shout out to the Bugle Boys. That beast was from Brooklyn. They was
what was their
Brooklyn
aunt's
boys.
name? What was
I
their?
don't know, but she always kept a thing in the cake for them. A
She
hacksaw or something.
She did.
No,
that
was
file.
Mama Bugle. That was
Mama Bugle. And she had that big file when they got out of
Brooklyn.
jail.
They was the big B's from
the
Brooklyn.
Bugle Boys. The Bugle Boys is
Brooklyn
crazy.
boy. That's what we call. They was trying to take that shit. They was trying to get in that. Yo, they was trying. Yo, then your man Gyro was inventing shit.
Yo, isn't that how? No, that's not how Dog Week Dunk got invented.
Nah,
Darkwing Duck was a part of it.
Remember, Darkwing Duck was like a spinoff because we knew from DuckTales that Gyro was a scientist.
Yeah,
that was a spinoff. And remember fucking Doofus, their cousin? Nigga look fucking. The nigga name was Doofus.
Doofus is crazy.
Fat. That nigga
Doofus is
like
crazy.
Yo, what if Doofus was the guy from fucking what was that movie? Howard the Duck. What if that was Doofus later on? Oh, LeBron picked your man Julius Randle.
He picked them last, right? Is he the last pick?
No. There's people still up there. It's like 3 people up there left. It's 4 people up there. Love Julius Randle. I love his work ethic though. And he came a long way. Like he definitely came a long way from when he was first on the Lakers. And I respect him for getting better. He worked hard for his contracts, bro. He wasn't remember. People thought he was a bust, bro. Think about that. Looking for him to come and do what he did, and he got $100 million and made the playoffs on the Knicks that first year. He got way better.
You know, we have our criticisms of Tom Thibodeau. You know that. But
absolutely,
under Tom Thibodeau, Julius Randle has become an all-star twice.
Yes.
And the only reason why last year I feel like they messed up was because you got Kemba. I think it was a sign. That's what I was saying before. Your general manager, if you're gonna have a coach like that, you gotta know what's behind him. Get a bigger guard that rebounds. Now that's why that kid, what's his name? Josh Hart. He makes a lot of sense. He rebounds.
But also understand this: Julius Randle is a Tim Thibodeau kind of player. He's a scrappy dude. He's not a diva. He's coming out there working hard because he went through a lot. That Laker joint getting traded. He went through. Remember, he was young. He was like a top pick. He was like the 10th, 15th. Was he like a 1 through 5th, first 15 pick? To the Lakers, and then they thought he was a bust, but for him to go to New Orleans and then finally go to the Lakers, finally go to the Knicks and really transition into this All-Star, I like that. Like I'm not a Knicks fan, but I can't help but see that Julius Randle's improvement. You can't help but see that.
He was drafted 7th.
That's a top 10 pick, bro. Think about that.
I think he worked. That's the one thing again. Like shout out to Old Boy. He was trying to say like, why do you think he's talented or skilled? So it's not natural what he does. If you think about it, in the age of load management, he plays every game.
Yeah,
and he's averaging 20 and 10. Yes. And this is the most. I want to say this is the most rebounds he's averaged in his career. But he went from like.
I think that first year with the Knicks, I made the playoffs. He was averaging 20 and 10, right?
Maybe 20 and 10, but not. I think he's having like
Yeah.
11 rebounds this year
No,
because early
go
on,
check his stats. I think
I'm
his
about to right
first
now.
year. I think his first year with the Knicks when they made the playoffs back in what was that 2018, 2019. He was averaging 20 and 10. I think I might be
Close.
wrong.
First season with the Knicks, he averaged close to 10, 9.7. You could say that. In the
You could say
second year,
that's
he had
10.
10. Yeah, he had 10.2. But
Think
right
about it.
now, it's 10.8. It's close to 11. That's what
Think
I'm
about it.
saying.
So
It's a
that's
little
what I'm
more than
saying.
that.
But he
Yeah.
consistently has been doing that. He consistently been a double double. You can at least for the last you can count on him to get his double double. Like his rebounds not folding off. It's just that then he started expanding his game by shooting the three. He's still in a you know what I'm saying?
And again, because I always use LeBron as a reference point for these super athletes who just, for whatever reason, they don't have the emotional IQ intact. What did LeBron do when we talked about him being in Miami versus Boston? He was breathing, meditating. You know what Julius Randle's doing this year? You see him on the court meditating,
But
breathing,
think about
everything.
but that's what I'm saying. Like you have to learn things like me. Like I've always liked samurai stuff, ninja stuff like that. Sometimes it takes you a while to realize what helps you. Remember who knows? Remember, I don't know where he's from. He's from Texas, but remember, we don't know if anyone ever said, "Yo, you ever thought about breathing?" When we was younger, we didn't know nothing about meditation because it was
Hmm.
foreign to us. He has money. He has people that can say, "Hell, have you ever tried these things?" Like remember back in the days, people said, "I go to sleep listening to the ocean."
Right.
I don't like hearing that, but that works for some people. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
do
It
it.
just
I'll meditate
depends.
with that on. I'm very much into like classical. So I'm learning about like with classical, like the piano to me is almost disruptive. Like,
You know what I like?
I like the
I like
violins.
I like quiet. I like when it's quiet. Like if I'm doing something and meditating, like I do it, I like quiet. I'm the opposite. Like I'm a loud person sometimes when I'm adamant about a discussion or we talking about sports, and I'm an angry person because but I love quiet. I hate loud stuff for no reason, just loud shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was in the middle, like if I could in the next 2 years, if I get this money, bro, I would move to a South Dakota and build some nice, dope, secure mansion, or I'll move to South. That's why I'm not mad at NBA young boy living in Texas. I'm sorry, Utah. What's out there? It's a beautiful. Like I
I
like
didn't know
shows.
that.
Like think about it. I like stuff like that. Like I watched a show called Yellowstone. They're in like the Yellowstone National Park. They got hills. They got mountains. That's beautiful. So you go to these countries like Dame Dollar's playing Portland. His mansion is in the mountains and the trees is beautiful. I've been living around high rises in the fast city my whole life. So that's why when people say, oh, they retire and go to Miami, it's slower. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't want to go to Miami, but I'll go to a Utah and live and chill and just be able to do what I want to do out there. You can buy so much land and just do what you want.
Yeah, it's
That's what I'm
definitely.
talking about.
Yeah, Miami's
But
definitely like a tropical New York.
yeah, like that's why a lot of people go to remember for a long time, Miami was a poor man's California. Some people can't afford California. They go to Miami. Same weather, but it's just a little bit cheaper. That's why people are branching out to these places now.
Yo, I'm really surprised they rolling out the Carmelo like this because
So,
they've been dragging him on social media the last like at least 5 or 7
yeah,
years
but they
because
said
of that.
I don't.
The
Yeah,
little
something going. What did he do? What happened?
because he got a girl pregnant when she was 12 or 13.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he shouldn't even be on this
That's what they were saying.
because he
Like,
because he was there. He was there at the dunk contest last night.
right. So
So
and
what
it's
he
not
doing?
like I don't know because these
Hold on, you
guys,
said wait. You said she was 12 or 13, so that's basically
yes,
statute. Oh no no
of course. Of course,
no
but this has been the case, and they knew about it forever because they would like
no.
repost it online. And at first I thought it was fake, but then it got circulated so much, and then you never really saw him at the All Star game. So now
It's
when
just like
I was shocked when I saw him yesterday.
you heard about the Michael Irvin joint at the Super Bowl, right?
That yeah,
And
we
they
don't hear
yanked
nobody.
him off, and they yanked him off of that quick too. What's up with that? So I don't know what's going on.
Then we talked about Chris Carter.
Just like I'm still listen. I'm about to hire a private investigator to find Chris Carter because one day I saw him and Nick Wright, and then the next day it was just an empty chair. I was like, yo, what's going
And it
on?
wasn't like he was whack, because I actually like Chris Carter as far as a personality, like a
Yeah,
TV
he knew it.
analyst.
He knew he can articulate well. He did know sports, and he was a yes. They were a great combo. I didn't feel like he didn't know what he was talking about. But
And
something happened.
even more so than Michael Irvin. I'm saying, like, I'd
Now
rather listen
hold
to Chris
on.
Carter.
And remember about that situation on NFL Network with Marshall Falk and them over there?
Yeah.
That was crazy. A lot of people don't talk about. Sorry, Marshall Falk. He was a great player, but we heard the situation, man. It was real messy over
The
there.
thing is, it's a fine line with that, man. And I know people don't want to talk about that, but it's the same thing as it being a predatory system. Who the players that they're scouting. You ain't scouting no regular dude. I mean, it's all in that. You seen the movie The Blind Side? I always talk about the movie The Blind
Yeah,
Side.
definitely
The
saw that.
book is 100 times
Great
better.
movie, great movie. I didn't know it
I,
was a book.
the book is amazing. It breaks down. If you're curious about who the best football player is, I think it's Lawrence Taylor. It explains how he changed the game, how the left tackle became more
Oh no,
athletic.
no, no, no! I know in the movie it kind of explains, but maybe not to the depth of that.
No, to the
And so
depth of that.
after I read this Fat Joe book, I'm gonna have to check out. I want to
Blind
check out
Side.
Stephen A. Smith book. I
Mm.
got to check out Jalen Rose. I got to pick up Jalen Rose book also, and now I got to read The Blind Side. Jalen Rose
Blind
book
Side
came out
is
way back.
the Blind Side breaks down football because the guy Michael got his name. He's the same guy that wrote The Big Short. Same guy that wrote. There's a couple books that he wrote, and it's always about things that do with numbers. Moneyball. He wrote that.
Yeah,
So he broke that down, and he talks about that left tackle position. They were starting to scout them differently in the '90s because of Lawrence Taylor. He changed the
yeah.
game, so that's
When
the
he
blind side for a quarterback,
when he did what he did to Joe Theismann leg, they said enough.
right? So now imagine they're going quicker, faster, but who are you looking for? Where are you looking for these people at? You're going to the hood. So they were going into the depths of the hood to look for these
But
guys.
hold on. I do you one better. I do you one better. Think about football. You know USC is in the middle of the hood.
I didn't know that.
USC, the campus USC. So think about all those aggressive dudes they got in football going to players from the hood. Yes, just like in Dade County, all the best players are from the hood.
Right,
Yes, but that's that. Just like in basketball, New York is known for basketball, which is a super big sport. But nothing is as big as football recruitment.
right,
So
especially
they
down
going
there.
direct. They going to the hood. They going to Texas. They going to Georgia. They going to Florida. They going to Baton Rouge. They going to Oklahoma, and they getting them dudes. But
So
it's
it's like,
always been like that.
but it's because everybody just because you're poor doesn't mean you're aggressive, but they're
Oh, he
specifically
picked Jason
targeting them.
Tatum.
They're specifically targeting them. So
Yeah.
again, ever since I read that, I'm like, damn. So then, how else do they like approach this? Because they know who's who. They know about your background. That's why it's so surprising that Aaron Hernandez slipped like that
No,
with
I
the
can't.
Patriots.
I can't say that. I can't say that because just because they know about your background. Remember, he was well head. I mean, I'm sorry. He was well covered. Oh, LeBron picked Kyrie. Let's go for his second pick. He was doing everything properly up until what happened got him in trouble. But I do remember. Remember when they said Dez Bryant went in for that meeting and the dude asked him, "Yo, was your mom's a prostitute?" And
Right.
no one talked. Yo, that's very. I'm surprised Dez was able to maintain his composure because
But
he
hold on,
calling
hold
your
on.
mom's a prostitute, bro.
Right. So what I'm asking now is like, yeah, because it makes me curious to ask.
That's disrespectful.
It totally is, unless you heard something crazy. What
No,
made
but
you
what?
ask that?
No, no, no,
In
no.
all
Not just.
seriousness,
No, it's not. It's not the question. It's how he said it. Yo, Dez. Does your mom sell her body? He said it in a negative way. He could have said it differently, like, we've been investigating. We've come with some unfortunate news. They say he said it like, yo, we got into that. Your mom sells her body for sex,
and that's not something that you kind of ask in an interview.
and
Like,
that's what Dez was. I just want to know how Dez was a. If a Dez could
yeah,
control himself, he's a professional for that one because he ain't want to risk up that money.
I think that's
Luca,
when
let's
in
go.
Kaepernick's
LeBron
documentary,
got
because
LeBron got Luca and Kyrie.
my thing is but with Kaepernick, like I don't think he got to that point by the way that he wanted to. I think it was involuntary. Like he just sat down. He wasn't protesting anything, in my opinion.
No, I don't. He wasn't protesting anything. I don't think it was a bias. Just the fact. The only thing I say about the whole Kaepernick thing, no matter what we feel his reasons were, he definitely did something. He took that first step to seeing what happened when we saw the George Floyd stuff. Because when Kaepernick was trying to get the same kind of change in, and that we have now allegedly that they're trying to do since George Floyd. Remember, Kaepernick lost a lot of bread. Nobody want him in the league no more. Everybody was saying, "Oh, he can still play." Cheaty Petey was up there with the gum in his mouth talking about him, but they know they can't sign him. It looked good. It looked good. And
And
remember, Kaepernick was, I'm not going to say he was a great player, but he definitely went to a Super Bowl. He
well, you're able to
definitely
win
went
with
to a
them.
few
No, it's
NFC
just,
championships.
but it's just the whole aspect. They admitted to blackballing him. So once that happened, I was already rooting for him. I just didn't believe like his. I just thought he found a loophole in the rule and was
I
sitting
don't, I,
down. I'm saying
nah,
me when he sat down, he was protesting the fact that they were benching him. But the thing is, in football, dog, we got 50 dudes in the locker room. Half of them
yeah.
don't want you to start. That is a big deal, especially when you're the quarterback. Because when you're on defense and you feel like the quarterback is messing up, nah, man, that's a big deal as a coach.
Yes, you're right. But to piggyback off the Kaepernick, and I'm glad his documentary came out, but I didn't watch it. Let's give a shout out to the OG Chris Jackson, aka Maul Raduf Abdul. I gotta watch this documentary because I remember when the NBA was doing what they was doing to him when we was younger. Like when I was younger, and they caught the camera catches him, because he said I didn't want to disrespect whatever. He was kicked out the league. So
Yeah.
that happened before Kaepernick, and to see that other people, and then your man Jerry Jones try to say let's lock arms and all that. Nah, what's wrong with you taking the knee? Like, listen to me. I'm gonna be honest. We feel how we feel about certain things. I was born in America. Just because I was born in America doesn't mean we all feel the same way about the red, white, and blue. No disrespect to this country, but that flag means different things for if you not everybody not from the same hood. Everybody not from the same city, same state. We went through a lot of different things coming to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if that man wanted to kneel, why does it have to be deemed disrespectful? Because we're being told that we have to stand up and do something.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Just because he's kneeling doesn't mean he's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. When someone's in a wheelchair, they can't stand up. We don't raise the wheelchair higher. So what do they
Well,
talk about? It's like no one's lifting the wheelchair up higher so they could be as tall as us for the national anthem.
so and the only reason why I brought up Kaepernick is because we were talking about Des Bryant and that whole situation. It
Yes.
felt like he was talking about like the process to going into the NFL when you do the combines and everything. It kind of related to slavery. I have an issue with that. Like we can't do that. Like I get it. You might feel that way, might because they measure the way they measure you and everything. Like and
But it's
then
not just. Well, hold on. I'm sorry, but it's not like they're not measuring the other race players also. There's other race. Now, if it was just black guys going to
was
get a
a
room
blacks
being
only
measured.
a
Yeah,
blacks
if it
only
was just like
combine.
wait a minute, no. I don't want to go in no room and I see rulers being pulled out. There's only black guys. Like what's going on? I'm not going in that room. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like what are we
So
talking about?
because and that's where I think some people aren't. It's not an easy thing to protest. You got to be quite disciplined. Like Malcolm X talked about that. He sat there, he was disciplined. That was my beef with Kyrie and everyone. Either you're gonna be an activist and you gotta quit, or you go play ball. You can't do both. Wow.
Yeah, she's singing the Toronto's national anthem.
Oh, Canada.
My
So
man SGA got the fresh All Star braids.
so with Des Bryant for them to ask him that question, it was in line with what Kaepernick is saying. Like,
Yeah,
so
because
they could
that.
just say whatever they want.
But and my question is this. But I will say this: when they found out about a lot of people. Even there was some situations with white quarterbacks that they were like Johnny Manziel. They were suspect about him, Baker Mayfield, because remember Baker Mayfield was drunk and got caught and arrested stuff. There's a lot of things. I wonder if they asked Peyton Manning, "Hey man, did you put your joint home on Shorty's shoulder in the locker room?" Do you think they asked Peyton Manning? No, absolutely not.
Or was it all giggles?
That's what
Like
I'm
like
saying. But
why are you picking and choosing who you can have fun with? Why?
exactly. But
Why? Because
because
he's.
it's like that. He's a black guy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I think it's the way I look at it. For the quarterback position is the pristine position, like we just said. That's why Kaepernick was ostracized the way that he was. Dog, that position means more than any position probably in
Yeah,
football.
because if Kaepernick was a left guard doing that, or a fourth string defensive back, nobody would have cared.
Right.
Nobody would have cared about that.
Right. Because you would have been benched and nobody really, yeah. And I think with Peyton Manning, he's the next. It wasn't like we didn't know. In college, it kind of was. He went to Tennessee, right?
Yes.
We kind of, and like, I don't even watch college football, but I knew like, oh, this guy is nice.
Yeah.
He's the next coming. So it's different when he's at the combine. And Dez Bryant, who you got to be beyond crazy at wide receiver to be the next coming and be that deal. You know, even Dion, he kind of revolutionized that at the skill position. You know what I mean?
Dion was just confident, man. Like Dion went out there and was confident. Like you're not gonna get to me. That's why when I see these new cornerbacks like Sauce Gardner and Tyreen Wheaton from the Seattle, these dudes is different. And remember, Seattle was the first dudes that had them big corners. Richard Sherman. They had the other dude. What was your man name that used to?
Brent Browner.
Yeah, Brown, exactly. He was like 6'4", 6'3", you know what I'm saying?
It's those guys at the top, the guys that cover the top.
Yeah.
It's over. You can't have guys like that. It's over because that's the name of the game now. The Patriots changed the game, even though they lost. That we mentioned Aaron Hernandez, Gronk. They changed everything. That changed football.
That was the best. That was probably the best two tight end tandem I've ever seen.
Easily.
Because you could not stop Aaron Hernandez. People forget. This is totally separate from what he did off the field. But on that field, that combination was so ill because Aaron Hernandez was fast. He could catch. He could go across the middle. He could block. It's just that he was shorter than Gronk. Aaron Hernandez was super strong. He was breaking tackles. So to have them two tight ends out there, how you going to guard those guys?
We got lucky Gronk got hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So imagine if Vernon Davis had Gronk with him, or Antonio Gates had Tony Gonzalez with him. That would be unstoppable.
It's just the tight end and the game was changing. The rules were changing. So now the tight end doesn't have to block the same anymore. They can go out. Which, you know, we always talk about Shannon Sharp. What if Shannon Sharp got to do this? He'll be just, come on now.
And think about it. Look at the numbers Shannon Sharp got playing in a high run situation. Imagine if it was reverse. Shannon Sharp numbers might be like Jerry Rice numbers for tight ends. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fat Joe Icy. Fat Joe Chunky out there.
This is Toronto?
Nah, this is Utah.
Oh, they just sung the Canadian.
They do both. They do both national anthems at these things.
You're gonna have to
like the championship, the All-Star game. They do both.
Oh, Kareem is up there.
Now Kareem there with that same captain jacket. You need a new jacket. That's the same jacket you had on that LeBron's game. Get it? He could have wore a different color. Kareem, come on, man.
Because you mentioned Dion, I want to ask you real quick about what do you think about that? Because that was a big deal with him leaving Jackson State and going to Colorado.
It wasn't. People just mad. Like I was watching another podcast. I think it was when Dion and Shannon was doing. He was like, well, "How long am I supposed to be here? Forever? I came here. I put you on the map. We won how many championships? What you want me to do? Y'all not give him? My thing is this: are y'all trying to give him the same money that Colorado's trying to give him?"
Shout out to Derrick Rose in our chat.
Oh, okay, Derrick, what up?
He said I should be there, man. All right.
If this is the real Derrick Rose, we'll come to you, brother. Where you? I will gladly come to you if that's the real D Rose. But yeah, the thing about it is this: I respect Dion fulfilled his contract. Number one, it's not like he broke his contract. Feel me? Like it's not. Like,
I didn't know that. I thought he did leave early.
Nah. He didn't break his contract. I think he fulfilled his contract.
I'll look it up.
He did what he needed to do. Now he's moving on. So he's supposed to stay at Grambling for 35 years like the coach did at Grambling? Eddie Sutton? No, he doesn't have to do that. This is the 2000s. This is the late 2000s. This is not 1960 or 1970. Dion is trying to get the bag. Why Dion can't get $10 million, $12 million like Nick Saban, whatever he's getting paid at Alabama? That's what Dion's trying to do.
He on December is the Colorado contract, December 5th. he signed with Colorado. It includes a $300,000 buyout Sander owes to JSU. So he did owe them. So that means I think he broke the contract early.
So
Or
how many years was it? 300,000. That remember 300,000. That could be a year. Is that 2 years? Is that 5 years? How many? What he do?
yeah, I'm not sure how much he
Yeah,
owed. He
bro.
broke the contract somehow to owe the money.
He fulfilled that contract. He put Jackson State on the map.
Exactly. And if anything, what I was saying was the same way he revolutionized the cornerback position. Dion is not trying to wait. He's too much. He's too big of a star. He's
Yes.
about to revolutionize the head coaching position in college sports. His son went from his Jackson State, correct, and now he's going to Colorado with him.
I don't really follow that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't
Shiloh,
really
I think his
follow it,
name is.
but I think that's what happened.
Same thing with I want to say Rick Brunson and
But
Jalen
let's just be
Brunson.
honest. Let's just be honest. He getting a bigger budget. That's all it is. Remember back in the days, all those record companies? It was like thousands of record companies. Priority, Freeze, Asylum Records, Backyard Records. Like he got a bigger budget. He on Def Jam now. He in the NCAA. He's in a legit NCAA, so the budget is bigger. And if Dion can get them into a decent bowl game within 2 years, he'll be going to either the pros or another. He's ultimately trying to get down to Florida State where he played.
Is
That's
that
what
his
he's
goal?
ultimately. I think he. I think Dion would like to coach there, but and go to the pros. One of those two. If he can't go to the pros, can he get to Florida State?
I think he's trying to get the. Well, I don't know what he said about the pros because it'll be tough, but he has the swagger for it. He just has the confidence. He's a
He's
leader.
Dion.
He's a
Dion,
motivational speaker. Like this guy's
bro.
amazing. But
He's
I've heard
Dion.
different
He's
gripes
Dion
about it. I've heard
Sanders.
like Bomani Jones and shout out to Jay from Wakanda on Twitter. He always shows me love. They've had their gripes with it. They had their gripes about leaving. They feel like there's been a tradition of doing the HBCUs like this, and I'm like, I don't remember anybody doing this. I don't. And if they did, it wasn't on this level. And again, he's setting a trail. I think Eddie George's going to benefit because of it. What's my man's name that we just talked? Mo Williams is the basketball coach for
Yeah,
JSU.
absolutely. Yes, that's what
They
I'm
can do
saying.
nothing but benefit from it, and they
They
should
have,
follow his lead.
bro. They should, and that's how it starts. Though, think about it. LeBron James, high school coach, went on to coach at Texas. Shaka Smart. Remember,
Yeah, I don't know.
he was at that other school, Wichita. Was it Wichita? Where did they coach? They coaches wound up coaching at a bigger school, but they started at a low school at first. They're just making a big deal about it because it's Deion Sanders, and they're saying he left. The thing is, it's about evolving. And like we was talking about earlier, when rap started till now, it evolved.
Right.
Perfect example. Everybody talks about the dunk contest, right? I was thinking about this. Dr. J was the first person to do the free throw line dunk, but Michael Jordan perfected it. You know what I'm saying? No one talks about Dr. J being the first to that extent because Jordan did it so crazy. We don't care about Dr. J.
It became his logo.
And that's what I'm saying. But think about that. Dr. J, and that's why I tell people Dr. J was the first legitimate star because I didn't even know when I was younger, I didn't even know Dr. J did that dunk until my uncle told me and I saw the picture with the afro because he was flying. But remember, Dr. J didn't look like Mike looked like it was his movement. He looked like he was legit going through the air in slow motion. He just transcended what Dr. J did. You understand
Plus,
what I'm saying?
it was an older Dr. J too. Like
Yeah.
I'd imagine a younger Dr. J was ferocious.
But that's what I'm
But
saying. Everything should evolve.
yeah, it should, and that's why I think academics that do DJ academics got in trouble for like speaking on the old school the way that he did. Like you guys are basically there's a lot of you guys that are raggedy, and LL Cool J had to come out and defend it. And I understand what academics is saying. He's basically saying like, why don't you guys take advantage of why don't you learn these rules? But it's
But
like, dog, they didn't
but think
know.
about it. Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Think about what academics is saying. Academics is talking about people who was trying to feed their family back in the days where I don't think they had lawyers on call. I don't think they knew the contracts they were signing. I don't think they knew the real business behind what they were doing. As you got to look, there's a lot of people that are pioneers. Ice Cube is the first pioneer to say, fuck that contract, it's trash. I'm not signing that shit.
And you talking about a
Hold on.
super group.
And what did Dr. Dre and them say? Damn, we should have listened to Ice Cube because he was enlightened on the business aspect. shout out to my guy behind the smoke, aka Little Sean. Remember when Jay-Z and Dame was talking about, yo, how was he getting all those crazy contracts? How was he
Okay.
getting those crazy contracts back then? His lawyers knew the business. Getting the money back then. That's what I'm saying. You got to know the business. If you got someone behind you that knows business, you can negotiate anything. But remember, if somebody's showing you when Biggie said, allegedly, I don't know if it was true, he got $60,000 for his advance. He's never probably seen that much money. He taking that money. But the contract might not be bad. You know what I'm saying? Look at when we watched, remember when we was watching the Tupac movie?
Yeah.
And he go to Suge and he like, yo, Suge, I did it. He said, Suge, like, you right. You sold all those records, but my man went to the Ledger and he was like, what all this? Then my man said, it's all about Death Row East. It's because them budgets, when you get a big budget and you have a good lawyer, like Sean Conn allegedly back in the days had that ill contract or whatever, because people saw the business. Look, we were just talking about LeBron seeing the business, but 90% of the people are going to take that short-term money because we broke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. I don't got too many. Think about it. In the 60s and 70s, I don't think it was too many lawyers and people, family to say, hey, could you look over this paperwork for me?
No, that's what it was. The gatekeeping thing. Like, started gatekeeping each
Yeah.
other. Look at Ray Charles and Ray Charles movie. Look at Sam
Listen,
Cooke.
and
Sam Cooke was on a different mission.
And like what Jay-Z said, I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush. Like, the business we got someone mistakes to learn from. Not saying that it was entirely the artist's fault, but the artists after the 70s, 80s, and even into the early 2000s, y'all had all of those bad contracts y'all witnessed, but y'all continue to sign them because y'all want the short-term money instead of saying, hold on, let me go look at chapter 5, line 6, article 5 that says if I sign this paper, all of my royalties go to this and such and such.
And even now it's still going on because it could be a fair trade-off. It just depends on what you want to do. Because remember, if you're independent, that's a lot of work. This what we're doing right now is independent.
Yes,
If somebody offered us, yo, we'll give you $100 grand each for the year, if we'll provide all of this, so you just show up in front of the mic, we're gonna be like, we gotta think about that.
We're gonna think. That's why you think about it and go see if it's worth it in the contract first. Say, okay, if you take this money, blah blah blah, but the downside is you can't own your content and that was not then. It'll be a stipulation like that. But what I'm saying, at least get a lawyer first to say, listen, if I was you, I'll take this money too, because you ain't gonna. But if he telling you it's bad, it's bad. You know, let's just be real. Like with jury, like I hate to say what Jay-Z said. I took my Frito the Tito win the district, blessed me with VS something I could live with. He said, gotta get shit of praise, no disrespecting you, just making sure your word is true. Meaning I'm gonna go to a different jeweler behind you and make sure that your work is real. That's what a contract is.
I got lawyers watching lawyers, so I won't go broke. So check it.
Yeah.
It's all in how you know, and it's all in understanding. Like, shout out to my man Ryan Hammer Time. It's the same thing. Like he was showing me something about how to build, save up money. And I'm like, oh, this is like a EFT in the stock market. But again, certain things are so complicated. It's like, yo, I don't need to learn all that. What am I getting and how much time? And that's it. That's all you need to know sometimes. It's just like, once you get to, and Cameron was saying that too, he's like, sometimes you got to sit there and ask stupid questions. You might feel dumb while you're asking it, but it ain't dumb when you get the answer for it.
I learned this a long time ago in school. I didn't want to be that kid that didn't know the answer to the question and all I had to do was raise my hand. There's no stupid questions unless you already know an answer and someone answered it for you, ask it again. Mm-hmm. If you ask a question, and that's what I always tell people, I'm not afraid to ask questions because how you got to figure out what's going on. When I was around the OGs that I've been around in my lifetime, that's different type of OGs. You got female OGs, you got guy OGs, you got cousin OGs, you got family OGs. You got to look at and ask questions. Well, how you do that? What's that? You have to.
This is the same guy that played Homeboy in Star Wars, right?
Yeah. You ever saw that movie, the Gucci House of Gucci? He was in that joint. Was good, yo. Yeah. Yo, that woman was crazy. You know, she paid people to murk him. Her own husband to take over Gucci.
Who owned Gucci? What's his name again?
I forgot his actual name, but it was a family. Like Gucci was a family thing, and he was the house of Gucci. So she married him, but she had him killed, bro. She hired assassins to kill her husband. And speaking of Carl Winslow, they're about to show him because your TV behind mine.
This follows the story. Ridley Scott did that. There was a book, House of Gucci. Paulie. She means Mauricio Gucci. Is that his name?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember his name per se exactly, but I saw the movie. The movie came out last year. I saw it.
She met him at a party.
Yeah.
Mauricio
Met him at
Gucci, a law student and the heir to
yeah.
a 50% interest in the Gucci fashion house.
Yeah,
Through his
because
father, Rodolfo.
Al Pacino was his uncle. Al Pacino was in it. Like it was a good movie.
I'm gonna look it up. Damn, see. Again, is that on the Bro Baby watch list?
Nah, it's not nothing like that. I'm just saying it's something that I saw. Like if I'm gonna do a watch list, I'm gonna have there's people out there that haven't seen. I be talking to people haven't seen The Accountant with Ben Affleck. That's one of my favorite movies. That movie was fire.
That's your man, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, because he's played in some great movies. Like, and the whole.
That's funny because I don't remember that Gucci story. I do remember Versace got popped the same way, right?
Versace was different. Versace got killed by a lover, a crazy lover. And remember, and that Gucci stuff happened when we was real young. That happened when we was young.
It was 95.
The Gucci?
Yeah.
I mean, I was 15. I ain't knowing about Gucci.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember that at all. But you see, again, that goes.
I don't know if it was publicized that big. That's what I'm saying. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. It's Hove on TV and they talking about Braun too, so I'm listening. Yo, Braun is crazy, bro. Like, I'm telling you, they gonna miss Braun when he leave, bro. Love Hove, yo. Let's go. When they pulling Hove out the box for you. Yo, Jay-Z's on a different level, man.
Yo, she came out of jail?
Yeah, she got out. I think she got out last year.
2016.
Oh, my fault. I was 5. Oh, yeah, I was 5 years old. But yeah, but if you get a chance, yeah, I mean, I don't know what outlet's gonna have it, but it's just something to watch because my girl know about it, so that's why I went, and it was actually pretty because she was really into her story and she knew about it. She the one that put me onto it, and I was like, oh, this shit is kind of dope.
Oh, Lady Gaga was in it. Lady Gaga
Yeah,
was like a crazy actress, like a crazy
Lady
artist.
Gaga played her.
Lady
see. Gaga been in a few things. She was in American Horror Stories, all that.
Yeah, England loves American Horror Story.
Yeah, I like it too, but I only like 2 of them. I like The Carnival and I like 1984. So lately, these others been a little bit doodles.
So 2 of them meaning what? 2 seasons or 2 episodes?
Yeah, 2 seasons. They got and my girl like the hotel season. I like the Carnival season, and we also like the 1984 season because it was like Jason kind of. They put it in the apparel of like a slasher joint, and that's the era we came up in. But these last few we've been watching these past couple of years been disappointing. They had a vampire one. They had it was been kind of corny.
That's how I feel about well, not even because this is what you call it, Black Mirror. Black Mirror has a couple episodes that are good, but
I don't watch that.
Every season ain't dope.
Yeah, I don't watch that. I heard about it, but I don't watch that.
It's like what's going on in this era now, or it's like Twilight Zone but modernized.
Yeah, I mean, I saw an episode of 2, but I couldn't really get into it. Like, if I watch something, I feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm pretty sure we all have those shows and series that we watch that's corny, but we still watch it anyway.
It's written. You could tell there's like there's quality in the writing and the effort, but there's just certain ones like it doesn't hit for me. But it's
Yeah.
it's really more the idea of just trying to sum up what's going on and what's wrong with like the world. Like there's one where somebody is getting attacked. She wakes up in her room. She gets up, doesn't know where she's at. She goes outside, and everyone's just filming her. They pull their camera phone out. She's like, "Yo, I don't know what's going on. Help me!" Then all of a sudden, a group of people start chasing her, and she's screaming for help. Everybody just people looking out the window, pulling out their phone to record her.
Mm.
So it's like an exaggeration of what's taking place right now.
Yeah, that's kind of how like Irv Gotti did with the Tails joint. He put his spin on that, was playing the music. That was kind of dope.
Mm. I just thought he hasn't. Candace Parker is pretty, but right.
Yeah, Candace Parker cool, but I mean, I don't know what's going on with. I don't know with them edges. It's a little bit shaky. I don't know if that's baby hair. She ain't got no edges, but you know, that's a subject for another day.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh, but Black Mirror is like,
Reggie Miller looks stupid. Reggie Miller like he's supposed to be the Joker for Halloween, waiting to get makeup put on him because he looks stupid in that suit. Like he's waiting for the makeup to get put on him.
did I say this already? Like I'm disappointed in Reggie Miller as an analyst because
I'm
it's
not
like, bro,
disappointed.
you were a villain. Why
I'm
are you
not,
coming out here talking like that?
but
Why
you
are
gotta
you like,
understand.
nah, go be a villain.
No, Reggie, it's not that he has to be a villain. Remember, his basketball persona, you got to separate the two. That's what you got to understand. That's not who he is off the court. He's a
Nah,
geek. He's like Grant Hill's not a good commentator. Grant Hill's corny as a commentator. Just like he was corny, his persona was corny. Like, but Reggie Miller does know what he's talking about. He's just corny.
I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. They be dead
Reggie,
wrong.
bro, Reggie
They'll
Miller,
be dead
he's
wrong
not.
about a lot of stuff.
Remember,
Chris
we're not
Webber
up.
is horrible.
No, they're not up there to be exactly right. They're up there to talk the game. These guys have played the game. They know basketball. You don't play 15, 13 years. Like I think Jim Jackson is a great
I love
commentator.
Jim Jackson.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
love Jim Jackson.
He
Yes.
knows how to enunciate. He knows the
Yes.
game. He breaks it down. I love Jim. And he got one of
Right.
the freshest lines ever. He kept a
Still to
fresh
this
line.
day. But
Him,
Reggie
Chris
Miller
Webber,
ain't
and
that.
Jawan Howard got the
I'm I'm
freshest lines of all time.
I'm wondering why Jim Jackson is he on ESPN?
Nah, he on Fox Sports.
He does, but I've seen him at many games. I think he does Clippers
Yeah.
games if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's on Fox Sports. He used to be on both, but I think he's exclusively on Fox Sports now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, 'cause, that's how these teams got a big deal. Like the Lakers, they gave him $800 million, and
Yeah.
Fox Sports. But I'm thinking I gotta ask Dom that if Jim Jackson, I think Jim Jackson is the announcer, but he's better. A lot of the local guys are better than the national
Yeah.
guys.
But
But I
that's
guess
why you see they have certain guys that do certain games and it switches up. My favorite commentators is Dick, Mike Brain, the one that go bang.
yeah,
Mike
Mike Breen is
Brain,
come on.
I like him when he's with Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. Those dudes, I like them together. They have good chemistry. Sometimes it's all about if it's two guys, it may be better than three guys. Like, that's why Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny work because they're all different personalities, but Ernie keeps them together and it works as a whole. Remember, Shaq is going to be Shaq. He has a personality. Kenny is Kenny. Charles is Charles. But Reggie Miller is Reggie Miller. He's boring.
What is this?
That's what I'm saying. This is Shazam Part 2.
There was a part one.
Yeah, the first Shazam was trash, but I watched it. This one looks better, but it's still probably trash. All these movies are trash, bro.
Did you see Black Adam?
Black Adam it had its moments, but it was trash.
Horrible. I thought it
They
was
got Hulk.
horrible.
They got Hawkman. No, I'm talking about the moments of when he was like, "Yo, I don't want you to kill those guys. We need information for them." And then after he got the information, he threw homeboy. He said, "I didn't kill him." He threw him like 2 miles away. But it's just that
That was
Hawkman
disgusting.
was corny. I'm thinking this dude pulling out hammers that turned into something. The movie was trash.
It
The
was
Rock
horrible.
looked stupid. You know what I'm saying?
The,
But
the
people are
Rock
going to
is yet
support it.
the Rock is yet to have his because the way I look at him, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong, you could tell me. I'm looking at him like the new Sly Stallone, the new Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he does, and those two guys had Rambo, they had Rocky, Terminator. What's the other joint that Arnold Schwarzenegger had? He had one more joint. they had
He
like
had
these
Commando.
iconic.
He had Predator. He had mad movies. He
He
had
had they had
mad movies.
iconic.
He had Eraser. He
They
had
had a
mad movies.
right, and it was iconic series of movies. The Rock is like his biggest role is The Rock. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
the biggest role to this day was probably when he was in the first Mummy. When he was in the Mummy, then they did the spin-off, the Scorpion King, and then it was Fast and the Furious. Remember, you're forgetting The Rock has been acting for 21 years. The
Definitely,
Rock
he's the
is the
biggest
Rock.
star.
The Rock is a big star, but The Rock can't when he's the lead person. He's not good as a lead person for a franchise. That's why when he played in Fast Five, it was so good because he was a supporting character to the other cast. So when he came in being Hobbs, you believed him as Hobbs. You understand what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah, I
you
didn't
have to
look at it
look at
like
it.
that.
Perfect example. Everyone says that Samuel Jackson is this great actor. Is it he a great actor or he just was in great franchises? Because when he played in uh Long Kiss Goodnight, he didn't make the movie. That movie was fire with Gina Davis and Long Kiss Goodnight. Now in Pulp Fiction, he was great in Pulp Fiction, but so was Bruce Willis, and so was John Travolta. What
They all
movie?
were, but who had
But
the
that,
best?
but
I want
no,
to
no.
say he's
But
the standout in Pulp Fiction.
that's again. That's not. Let me finish. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I said when he's the star, when it's his movie, Shaft was corny. Snakes on the Plane was
Oh,
corny. Lakeview Terrace was corny. Black Snake Moan was corny. These are all his movies. When he's the star, he's a great support actor. When he was in Star Wars, he wasn't the star role. You understand what I'm saying? Um when he was in Die Hard with the Vengeance, it was him and Bruce Willis. He wasn't by himself. That's what I'm talking about. Denzel Washington has had great solo movies that are great. Even Will Smith. A lot of Sam Jackson solo movies are not good.
mm.
That's
So
what
you're
I'm
saying,
talking
and you're
about.
saying the same with The Rock. The Rock could play. I
Yes,
never thought about that.
he's a great support act. Like for instance, if The Rock would have played Bane in Dark Knight Rises, that would have been dope. But they went for the Tom Hardy acting aspect. They went for the theatrics over the physical look of The Rock being Bane. You understand what I'm saying? They
I,
went for the theatrical part.
I'm trying to absorb that
Yeah.
moment. I'm trying to
Think
absorb a
about
moment
that.
with The Rock as Bane because that makes 100% sense.
Yes. And then
Him
also
playing
think
the
about
Incredible Hulk or something like that makes sense.
But think about this also. Christian Bale is smaller than The Rock. In Batman, the comics, and the cartoon, Bane is physically bigger than Batman. So would it look good on camera? Because Tom Hardy is not that tall. Christian Bale is not that tall. That's why when you see that last fight scene in The Dark Knight Rises, they look the same height.
The only thing with that is you want him to play the role also, even the voice and everything, because I don't know if he could pull that off.
Remember, Tom Hardy, if he's wearing a mask, the same thing as Thanos. We know Thanos isn't talking, it's Josh Brolin. But the voice gives Thanos. So Tom Hardy could have been talking for The Rock. The Rock's
Right.
mouth would have been
Like
covered.
Darth Vader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who cares? If you want to
That
do
would have
it
been
that
dope.
way, they could have used Triple H. They could have used Brock Lesnar. They could have used any big person to make it look like, yo, he's really towering over. When he picks him up to break his spine, you could believe that.
And it would add to the it would just add it wouldn't have taken away from the movie is the point. I guess that's your point
No.
also. That The Rock doesn't necessarily take away from a movie, especially when it's that big. The
Yeah.
Expendables. He doesn't take away from the film, but you're
Yes.
saying as a lead guy, something
As a
about
lead,
it.
as a lead guy, when it's your movie, like he made that movie Faster with what was that dude that used to be married to Angelina Jolie, the white dude from
Brad
Armageddon?
Pitt? No,
No,
with the mustache.
yeah,
He's a
that
good
guy.
actor.
They made a movie called Faster. That movie was trash, but it was
Damn.
The Rock's movie. Go watch that movie Faster. That movie is horrible. You understand what I'm saying? That's the like. Remember, you know one of the Rock's best movies that I will
The
give him credit
Rundown.
for. But he was a co-star. He had that other dude to do the jokey stuff. He had Christopher Walken in that movie. But The Rundown was perfect. He was right in the middle playing his role. The opening intro of that movie at the club is one of the best opening scenes. My man said, listen, he's here with the entire offensive line. I don't want to hurt them. And you looking at him like, yo, these dudes are huge. But remember, he had a supporting actor and a supporting villain to help carry the movie with him.
I never thought about it like that because even in wrestling, you need the wrestler to.
Yes.
It's an acting job. You can't wrestle by yourself.
That's what they were saying about Goldberg. They were saying Goldberg, when he kicked Bret Hart in the face, that Goldberg didn't want to let Bret Hart lead because he was the more experienced wrestler. And it's like dancing. It's like you got to let the person lead. And that's right. You know, I figured out at an early age that when they hold each other, they be like, you ready? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Well, they put that on the news when Vince McMahon was on trial.
So, you know what I'm saying? So when I watch these movies, and I've been watching movies a long time, that's why everybody can't be a leading actor. We know Denzel should have got Best Actor for Malcolm X, but he lost to Sin of a Woman. You understand what I'm saying? We know these things because he's putting on a great show. When you watch Gladiator, Jaquan Phoenix played, you believed him as Commodus. You believed him as Commodus. He was a piece of shit. Like, yo, he's a piece of shit. That means he did his job.
Jaquan Phoenix is the Joker.
He was Commodus. Well, he's the Joker now.
Right.
He played, but me personally, you know how I feel about Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, to me, the Joker role will never be the same because of him. He took that to a different level, being the Joker. And you know who else? You know who else I always said should have played the Joker? Johnny Depp. If you ever get a script to play the Joker, please take it. Johnny Depp as the Joker would be crazy. Remember, he did Edward Scissorhands. He's always been into those weird kind of movies, bro. Let him be the Joker with a rated R.
Right. It has to be a Dark Knight kind of Joker, because you have the funny, giggly Joker from
we want the Joker that rapes Commissioner Gordon's daughter and shoots her and paralyzes her. That's what we want.
For entertainment purposes only. Yeah. Johnny Depp would be. Come on, Johnny Depp is. Is he underrated?
No, I don't think he's underrated. I just think that, remember, I'm 42 years old. My son's 20. The Johnny Depp he knows, the Pirate of the Caribbean Johnny Depp. We know him for being in
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, we know him for 21 Jump Street. We know him for being in Nightmare on Elm Street. We know him for being in Blow. We know him from being in Donnie Brasco. Those are the movies we know him from. But these kids only see him as Pirates of the Caribbean.
What's the movie with he plays the gangster from Boston?
Oh, you talking about whatchamacallit? When he played played the dude Bugsy
no.
White, something White.
Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, that movie was crazy. That was a great movie, bro.
I think it's called Whitey. Let me look it up.
That movie was fire. Remember, that's supposed to be the character from The Departed.
Yeah, it is. In The Departed, they call him a different gangster name.
He said we could go down to the garage if you want to.
Departed is, come on, man. Black Mass.
Yo, Black Mass. There you go.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I like Black Mass. It was like okay. I just felt like the movie.
Look at LeBron still getting up at that. Nah, you saw that?
Nah, yet. The quality of the movie. Or it must have been throwing it back. The quality of the movie Black Mass wasn't on the level of Johnny Depp's acting.
No. I'm not talking about Johnny Depp. We're not talking about Johnny Depp acting. Johnny Depp's gonna kill it for the most part. I'm just talking about the movie itself, like what he was doing in that movie, how he was moving, even with the federal agent knowing what he was doing. It was crazy. Like that's some crazy situation. That's why you gotta watch this movie. It's a show called. It's a show that Kevin Bacon's in because he's another one of my favorite actors. City on a Hill. It comes on Showtime. Season 2 was crazy. Season 2 was so crazy. And speaking of all this, shout out to when you gotta let everybody know, I'm about to do the Creed preview and recap. That's coming up soon.
Creed's coming out March 3rd, right?
Yeah, come on, March 3rd. Did you see any of them?
I've seen part 1. I didn't see part 2.
No, you got part 2. They were both good, so I'm excited for the third one.
I don't know if I still think Michael B. Jordan's best role is Wallace on The Wire. Like in all seriousness, but
Nah, I'm gonna think. I think my favorite role. I'm gonna have to say when he played my man Killmonger in Black Panther. He to the level of the character he made that movie. That movie's corny without Killmonger.
I don't buy into it him as Killmonger, and I know I'm the only
I
one that
do.
says that. Yeah, a lot of
I
people say
do.
that. I wasn't feeling it like that.
Well, you're the only one, so there goes to tell you there's millions that don't feel like that.
Yeah,
Because he definitely that's what I'm saying. I like to see people play different stuff. Remember, we've never seen B. Jordan as a villain. Just like when Tom Cruise did Collateral, we never saw him as a villain until he did Collateral. That's showing you that makes a great actor, being versatile. That's what we like Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's versatile. Bruce Willis, where he went from playing in comedies to doing Die Hard. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had comedies under his belt. Tom Cruise is versatile. You ever seen the movie Tropical Thunder?
yeah. Come on.
Remember, he dressed up in the fat suit. That's Tom Cruise. Like that's crazy. What's my movie with Scotty doesn't know? Euro Trip. Matt Damon's in that movie in disguise. Like, ooh, Braun, stop! Come on, Braun. There's no way he's doing this at 38. Nah. But yeah, man. There's a lot of actors. That's why I always said Christopher Walken is the ultimate bad guy because he always played the bad roles. Woo. Joker. Yeah, but LeBron is undefeated in this since they did the captain shit. He's 5-0. Kyrie. Ooh, Kyrie. LeBron. Is this Ja?
John Morant. I mean, not John Morant. The Joker has that kind of game where it's not gonna ever really be charismatic, and it's gonna take away from his why people love him. But I
He's
think
boring like Tim Duncan was.
right,
Boring.
right. But
Tim
he,
Duncan
but
is
he's
great, but he's boring.
yeah, but he's
And the Joker is more boring than Tim Duncan. How about that?
nah. That's too far.
I'm not. It's not. It's not. I don't listen. The Joker is boring. I don't care about the Joker. I'd rather
Right.
watch the Denver Nuggets for Jamal Murray and my man Michael Porter Jr. The Joker
Yeah.
is boring.
That's
Just
part of
like
the reason why it doesn't get
we wasn't rocking with John Stockton and Karl Malone because they were corny, but they were nice, but they were just boring.
Karl Malone also came out. And, wasn't he being honest about that though when he said that I don't know if he gets cut and Magic Johnson gets cut and we get he got those AIDS
No,
like
let's be clear. Let's be clear at the time. I'm not mad at what he said because we didn't know any better. You got to understand. We all heard the alleged rumors and superstition of certain stuff until you know the truth. I would have felt the same way. He didn't have to say it publicly. Maybe he should have said it in a different forum, but I'm not mad at his honesty.
I think it was too soon. Magic was
It's,
beloved,
yeah, Magic beloved, but he's right. If he get cut, then we get it because it's how was it transferred? That's real talk. Just like
I
right
mean,
now with COVID, we ain't want nobody coming around coughing. It's
right,
the same thing.
right. It was the same if you don't know the reason,
Yeah.
that was the crazy part about during COVID, where people just weren't researching anything, and then everyone's arguing. Everyone's taking everything like it's LeBron versus Jordan. They're treating COVID like LeBron versus
But
Jordan. Like no,
this is why I
go read
like
a book.
this is why I'm glad COVID hit. Not that people passed away, but
Yeah, God bless.
motherfuckers needed a reset. Niggas think about this. If there's no COVID, we wouldn't be doing this podcast shit right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like for that 2 years, motherfuckers had to use their brain and try to get money. People legit started businesses and did something with themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
And there's always
Sometimes you
gonna
need
be a
that.
reset.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sometimes you need that alone time. Like every day, everybody was. Most people just wanted to be outside, and they were mad just because they were telling you couldn't go outside. Niggas couldn't get haircuts. There was a lot of shit going on. I was out here with the mini afro. It was crazy. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't. I love being in my house chilling. No, you're home. You should love your home.
I mean, I got to enjoy being outside because I was working outside, but I just liked
But
New York City. It was nothing like New York City when everything cleared up. Like
but
walking
remember, for
around Union
you
Square in
was
Manhattan, it was
empty.
amazing.
Yes.
It
Remember,
was
I did.
amazing.
In my line of work, working for the city too, I was working through COVID. So to be on that express bus and see nobody on the street in Manhattan was crazy because I was getting home so fast. Everybody, the only thing I didn't like about COVID at first was them damn supermarket lines, the laundromat lines, and the bank lines. But once I got a rhythm in that and knew when it started slowing down, when there was no toilet paper, it was
That's
crazy at
crazy.
first.
Like, what was the
Like
point of
buying,
that again?
remember, buying on the toilet paper, you don't gotta leave your house. Toilet paper and water. That's what most
All
people
right.
was buying: toilet paper and water. So, but you know what I'm saying? I think COVID taught us a lot, but at the same time, hopefully it don't get worse. It looked like it's going away, but people still getting sick though. You know what I mean? But
What do you mean today?
no, I mean people still getting sick to this day. Yeah, people still die from COVID to this day. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing where people gotta like it's always gonna evolve. It is what it is. You know, like it hits Ingrid worse than it does me. It hits my girl worse than it does me. But
Listen,
everybody's different,
thankfully,
and it goes back to what I always said. Remember, but I grew up asthmatic, so for me it's different. When I had pneumonia several times. I had oh damn, I didn't even see how LeBron did that. I had pneumonia several times. I had bronchitis several times. People didn't even take the flu. I never wanted the flu. When they want to give me a flu shot, I was like, I want nothing to do with that because I took the flu seriously. People didn't take like people die every year of the flu. It wasn't until
yeah.
now that you want to be a rebel about COVID that you want to say, oh no, but people die. Like, yeah, they die. But you still gotta do your own research, bro. What are you doing to prevent this or help you out when you get it? Because you're gonna get hit and you don't know if you haven't gotten sick before, your immune system's not built up. There's a lot
Like
to
thank,
it that we don't know.
like thankfully for me, growing up, being of West Indian and Caribbean descent, being Spanish and Panamanian, like I used to take cod liver oil. My mother used to give me shark. My mother like the shark liquid. Like I never got chickenpox until I got vaccinated going to college. So I still haven't gotten COVID yet. You know what I'm saying? Like during the whole outbreak, I was getting wheatgrass shots. I was doing stuff to do something, but I still haven't. Everybody at my job got COVID in my unit, but me, like twice already. I
So
know
maybe
people
you
that got.
gotta
I know people that got COVID 3, 4, 5 times, and I ain't get it yet because I hate people. My hatred for people keeps me safe because I don't want to be around people. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like going to a club every week and being up in somebody's face. You understand what I'm saying? So my social think about it. COVID was a social thing. You had to be close to someone to get close up. Once I leave work and I get on the train, I don't want to talk to nobody. I want to go home and relax.
I got
You know what I'm
COVID like
saying?
three or four times minimum.
Yeah, bro. And
But
growing
I
up, I had asthma. I used to have asthma when I was young. I used to have to carry asthma pump. But the last time I had an attack, I was probably like 12, 13. And after that, I carried it through high school and then I stopped.
So I think
I
it has
used
to
to
do with
get,
our immune system. I think it has to do
no,
with
shoot.
our DNA, what we're predisposed to, and we're not
Yeah.
gonna know. You're not like that's the part about it. Like once it got to a point where they're gonna get the vaccine and people were against it, I'm like, bro, the whole world is about to go back outside.
Like, think about
You
this.
have to they have to get an antibody some from somewhere because
Do
if they
you
go
do
back
you
outside, what's gonna happen? They're gonna
do,
die.
do you even know your blood type?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. The only reason I know my blood type because I've been donating blood because I work for the city. I've been donating blood since 2007, and they tell you your blood type. I'm A positive. They call that code 96. They give my blood to premature babies. Remember, you need to know your blood type because you need a blood transfusion. These are the things that people need to know because you could donate blood for yourself, and they can use your blood for you if you got a place that can store it, like in a hospital. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people I get like I donate blood 4 times a year. They do blood work on you. They check everything. So I get like 4 physicals, big 4 mini physicals a year as far as blood work.
So this All-Star game is so boring. We're talking about COVID now, guys.
Nah, it's not that it's boring. Remember, they're not going to really start playing until the second half. Remember, the third quarter is when the money is on it. Remember, they start doing that shit for the money. That's like
Mm.
remember, that's in the fourth and second quarter. Dollars. Well, LeBron's still out there. LeBron pulling. Oh, shit. Okay, Bron. And he smacked Jason Tatum on the ass. And the Tatum right back at him. Ooh, okay. And then he smacked LeBron right back.
I'm liking Jason Tatum's competitiveness.
No, I love Jason Tatum, bro. I love Joe Tatum. Like I said, Tatum to me, I got him second in the MVP. No, I got Giannis as my MVP. I got Jason Tatum second, and I got Luka third. And I put Embiid at four. And you got to put Joker up there. So Joker is the fifth one in my top five. Look at Iverson. Love Iverson. See,
I
I
got
told you he
Joe.
was going to have a mask on.
Who? AI?
Jalen Brown, he coming in the game with a mask.
Oh, shout out to Jalen Brown for trying to put on the show while having a broken face.
Like, remember when the NBA was so corny? Remember LeBron had the black mask and they say he couldn't wear it? Like, why gotta be why? That's what I'm saying. Now the NBA starting to realize you gotta let people express themselves. Like Dion, remember when Dion had all that shit on his uniform? That's how he looked different from everybody else.
Isaiah Thomas, Zeke,
Which
the
Isaiah
bad boy
Zeke,
Isaiah Thomas.
remember, shout out to Isaiah Thomas, the only NBA player to have his first and last name on the back of his jersey. People forget the back of that man's jersey said Isaiah Thomas. I forgot what year it was. His
He was
whole name was on the jersey.
he was also saying the three highest rated basketball games of the '80s is Pistons versus the Lakers, Pistons versus the Celtics, and Pistons
And
versus the
Pistons versus
Bulls.
the Bulls.
He said
Absolutely.
that they were the first team to be playing with 40, 50, 60,000 people in the crowd. He said, yeah, it's the Pontiac Dome, but you still got to fill it up, right?
That
He
dome
said,
was crazy.
he said that I don't know why they still don't do it. It looks amazing.
Nah,
They
but did they
had
tear it? Did they tear it down or is it still there?
maybe, but make something else that's like because that white roof was always crazy. In the
Remember,
pictures, it
they
looked like
remember they tore the Pontiac Dome down to build where the Lions is playing now.
the
They
silver,
just
the
have to
silver dome.
they would just have to put a stadium because remember they didn't have the NCAA tournament in the Dallas Stadium and AT&T said all you gotta do is put a basketball court. That's any football stadium that's a dome. You could do that, but it just looked so ill back then because it was like dope. No other court looked like that.
And the pictures when you see that white in the background,
Yeah,
he also
crazy.
said that they were the first team to change their colorways technically. And because they used to throw on the Oakland Raiders jackets in the beginning of a game during the layup line. And then I don't know if they changed the colorway, but remember that was illegal. Like Jordan got fined for wearing the sneakers or
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
but they changed the way you could the dress code and everything. So he was,
But think about that.
I think it was
But think about that.
happenstance because they were
But think about that.
rebellious.
But think about that. He's telling the truth because what Jalen Rose say. We looked at the bad boy Pistons and how they changed everything. That's why we started rocking with them because they was wearing baggy shorts in the college. Because college they was wearing nut huggers, and then they was wearing the black socks with them Barclays. The Wolverines look different from everybody else. Them black socks was a big deal when we saw those. Like I remember they made me want to buy black Nike socks because at first it was only the white ones with the black swoosh. So when the Pistons was wearing, I can't front those bad boy. I want one of those bad boys Pistons sweatshirts that they had. Them joints was fire.
The sweatshirt, or look it up.
Yeah, they had a so I forgot when they were showing it from back in the days, but Isaiah Thomas is right. I don't think Isaiah Thomas is capping. They won back-to-back championships in an era where blah blah blah, and the Pistons were trendsetters, but at the wrong time. But you got to look at them; they were trendsetters.
Well, you talking about the shirt with their faces on it,
I think so. They all
like the
got
big
big
heads.
heads, and they say "Bad Boys." Yeah,
Oh no, it's Metro City '89 Bad Boy.
because you know what I'm saying. They got some dope T-shirts, but he's right, man. They set a precedent. They had an aura about them. They was the Pistons.
Well,
You
the
know what
whole
I'm saying? They
'90s
were
copied them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like the Raiders. You can say what you want about the Raiders. A lot of people bit the Raiders style. The Raiders were looked at bad boys and wild boys, but they was winning. They was doing the most drugs, and they was winning.
John Madden.
Remember, when you win, that takes away a lot. Them Cowboys teams and Michael Irvin, all them dudes on drugs, they was winning.
Hell yeah.
Smoother, healthier skin with every shower.
He made a good. He was talking about how, you know, the high flyers. He said everybody used to get hit, and then Mike, you
Yo,
know,
that
they
shit was
weren't. They
funny.
weren't.
He said, look, when I was going through the air, they show him getting fouled, and he just let him play. He said, but when Mike was flying, they wanted to see the Air Jordan.
But I mean, his numbers were different against the Pistons, like the field goal percentages and stuff. He was still killing, but
It's just they made him work for it a little harder. That's all. They just made him work harder for it. We're not gonna just let you dunk. We're not just gonna let you get easy layups. You're gonna have to earn those. Go through the free throw line, earn it. And then Mike, smart enough. Think about it. What if Mike didn't decide to start working out and get Tim Grover? Would he been? Think about that. It was up to him to also say, "Damn, I physically got to change my body if I want to get past these guys." Remember, that's what makes the greats. Kobe Bryant saw that. LeBron James saw that. Michael Jordan had to change what he was doing to say, in order for me to get past them, this is probably the most physical team I'm going to play. If I can
that's
get
what.
past them, I can beat anybody.
That's why when Dom asked us, you know, if would you rather have Drew Holiday in the All Star game or Trae Young, my thing was, if for the sake of the craft, you can put Drew Holiday in there because he's trying to get better. He's not talked about. He's not not gonna be a charismatic figure. He's not a superstar like that. Trae Young is. But since it's an All Star game, it's an exhibition game. It don't count. I'd rather see Trae Young, but you do have to promote the game. So Drew Holiday should get all the props in the world because how many Drew Holidays are there in the league? He's not talked about enough. He's not in the Kawhi Leonard conversation. He's not in these Paul George conversations. He's not in any the Jason Tatum conversations.
But
Drew
remember,
Holiday should be getting more props for that.
you have to understand, Drew Holiday is not a superstar. He's a star player, and he plays for the Bucks. He plays with Giannis. He gets his respect on the defensive side of the ball. It's just that now that he won this championship, and he's gonna remember, he was on a lot of teams. He was on the Pelicans. He was on the Clippers. Remember, he was living out his suitcase until he finally got a home. And Giannis being on that team puts him on TV for people to see him now.
I think he was on drafted by the Sixers.
Yeah, that's
Let
what
me
I'm
look it
thinking.
up.
He was on the Sixers, the Clippers, and the Pelicans.
No, he wasn't
And
on
I
the
think he was
Clippers.
on Phoenix. He wasn't on the
Nah.
Clippers.
He went from the Sixers to the Pelicans, and they traded him. That was a bad trade. They traded him for what was the short athletic guard that used to be in the Clippers? He went to Milwaukee, and the Pelicans traded for him. That was a bad trade because Drew Holiday should have been playing with Anthony Davis. Damn, what's his kid? Drew, something Bledsoe.
Oh,
Eric
you talking
Bledsoe.
about Eric Bledsoe? I got you.
They
That's
traded
what
him for Drew Holiday.
That's what I confused Holiday with because Eric Bledsoe played for the Clippers and the Six. That's why I confused him with that team. But you're right about what you're saying. I confused him with Eric that guy you just said.
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe, yeah.
Yeah, because he's not defend on the perimeter. The last 10 years, who's played like Drew Holiday? It's
Think about
Kawhi.
it.
Who else is in that
Think about
conversation?
this. Think about this. We didn't start really rocking with Mike Bibby until he got on Sacramento, but he was killing in Vancouver. But when he went to Sacramento, he was on national TV. He became a star playing for Sacramento on TV. That's what I'm saying. When you're on those smaller outlets and he wasn't really playing with to be on TV, but the real ball players are going to know about Drew Holiday. In the league, they're going to be like, nah, he's scrappy. He play ball. He a dog. But now the national TV gets to see him.
Every team would love to have Drew Holiday on their team.
Absolutely.
As a second best player because he's D'ing up in the perimeter like that. How many games did he miss?
Bro, he's D'ing up and giving you 40. He had a couple of games. He had big games when Giannis was out. Yeah, I rock with Drew Holiday.
He's missed some games, I think. The 2019-2020 season, 61 games. 73, 82, 65, 78, 34, 40, 65. He's kind of had some injuries throughout his career. So,
Yeah.
but
he also He fits in the Bucks just like Chauncey Billups fit with going to the Pistons. Chauncey Billups was just like Drew Holiday as far as he was bouncing around until he found a home in the Pistons, and the Pistons was on TV. And when they won that championship, that Mr. Big Shot moniker. Remember, people forget the Pistons went to 5 straight Eastern Conference Finals until LeBron put them out their misery. But Chauncey Billups was the same way. Chauncey Billups was a great player, but he found the right team with Detroit. And he became a star playing for them. And he was a two-way player, Chauncey. He could give you buckets and he could play defense. And remember, he made the All-Star team too. He wasn't making the All-Star team on the Timberwolves or the Celtics. He made the All-Star team as a Piston, Chauncey Billups.
Yo, anybody who's listening, if you're on Twitter, be careful with these DMs. They're sending them these fake links. Don't click them in your DMs.
I just delete them. When I see
don't even
something
touch
I
it.
don't know, now when I see something I don't know, I just delete it. After me, there should be no more. With your halftime, I'm gonna take a brizzle. I guess at halftime, then we come back. We could probably still leave it on, but you could just pause it. How does it work?
If you want, we could throw a promo video in the middle. We could do whatever we want.
No,
Pop
that's what
out.
I'm
We got
saying.
our
We can
own
do because,
channel,
like I said,
baby.
because when I head out, I gotta go Smiz. I gotta go get Hizzle.
So you could do that with the camera off.
Yeah, but I don't
talking
smoke in my
about?
house. I go outside.
Yeah, take the kid. Listen, baby, we live and direct out
No.
here.
I'm gonna leave it set up and I'm gonna go. Because my thing is this: if I pause it, if I want to go outside and listen to music, I need my phone. That's what I'm saying. I might just leave it set up and just go. Because you told me I could press the camera to block it. I'll just
You could do
block
that.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that while I'm outside. I'm just gonna go out during halftime, and then when it comes back on, whatever. Or we could even break before halftime a little bit because the game ain't probably gonna get live until the second half anyway. And all this shit that we talking right now, you said, you probably gonna edit it out regardless.
No, I'm not gonna edit because it's a live thing. So,
my fault. Well.
Nah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Anybody who watches this much, they're a subscriber, they're a supporter. So that's ill.
Gotcha.
What you feel about the cool gray? Is it the Sixers?
What?
They coming back out on the 25th. The cool grays.
What do they look like? Are they the Pat Leathers or they?
Nah,
I'm talking about
I think the Sixers.
You talking about the fours? I can turn your iPad or what you're looking at to the screen so I can see it. Move the camera closer. Oh no, those are the Sixers. The only Sixers we like are the infrareds and the Carmines. I actually got to get a pair of infrared Sixers. I got a pair of the Carmines though. I don't like that color. I thought you meant the cool gray 11s. I actually wanted to get the cool gray 11s because I never had that colorway. And remember, when we was growing up, we were just calling them the Jordans. We was calling them the Concords or the Patent Leathers in our era. Now they got numbers and shit.
What was that? That's that's a Google phone or iPhone?
I don't know what this is, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's the Samsung.
Nah, I'm all about Apple, baby. My best friend, shout out to my best friend Kareem. You know who you are. He on Team Apple now. He's like, yo, I go front. This shit is dope. I said, I told you, bro. He was messing with them Samsung. He was on that Android shit. Come over to
I can't
Apple,
lie.
baby.
I was Apple before, but the Android is the features are better for me. Even the way you go through the phone, that back button, I'm realizing is everything. All the way you swipe now, it's it's a little bit sleeker, and it's gonna seem like it's better, but Android is all the stuff goes there first, and then the iPhone adopts it. It's the culture wave.
Bro, I've been with Apple since they came out, bro. And to me, all these phones that I've seen that came and gone, the iPhone and the Galaxy are always gonna have different features that everybody like. But let's be clear, when the Apple changed the game with the touchscreen, that touchscreen when we first saw it was like, yo, is this real?
Yo, Giannis was filming this the slam dunk contest, and Grant Williams was trying to say something in his phone, Giannis told him, "Get your ugly ass off my camera."
Nah, Giannis low key kind of funny. Damn, Shaq brought donuts and hot dogs to Charles Barkley for his birthday. Yo, you know niggas is old when Charles Barkley is 60. I'm old as fuck. Oh, LeBron's still not back out there. All right. Yo, we both in agreement because as I got the Vince Carter jersey on, that the best dunker is Vince Carter. We in agreement with that, right?
The best dunker?
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
talking about dunk contest wise.
He ain't got the best dunks all time in a dunk contest.
No, I'm not talking about all the best dunks. I'm talking about when Vince Carter came on that court. We seen Vince Carter do things that was crazy. So when he was in that dunk contest, you knew he was coming. He did stuff we never seen before to a certain extent. He was
It
the
was
first to do it. That 360 windmill, we never
He
seen
was not
that.
the first person to do that.
Who
Larry
did the
Johnson
first
did that.
The 360 windmill?
He did a 360 windmill. I think Vince
Or
might
he
have done it
was,
reverse.
yeah, Vince did something because even Kid himself was like, yo, that dunk's been, that was the first time anyone's done that.
And Larry Johnson did it. But his first 2 or 3 dunks were great, but then Vince did I think his last one was whack.
Yeah,
But
he just did that to do something. We knew he wasn't going to lose. Oh, LeBron
but
with the block. Let's go, Bron.
but people forget that it was him, Steve
Ooh.
Francis, and T Mac put on the show. It was
Now, that
3
was a great
guys.
dunk contest. Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
dunk contest.
cause
Like,
the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon joint, nah, that
that
was
was
crazy.
crazy. To me, that
I
might
think
be the
that's number
best
one.
dunk contest. No, that might
Yeah,
be the best dunk contest I've ever seen.
yeah,
Because when Zach LaVine did the free throw line between the legs, that was crazy.
yeah. Aaron Gordon was crazy.
No,
It
Aaron
was
Gordon went,
unexpected. Yeah,
bro. That was because both competitors was pulling out some shit that I would, when he dunked, when Aaron Gordon did the dunk and he sat down in the air, nah.
and none of them Nate Robinson did. Shout out to Nate
Nah,
Robinson, by the way. Nate Robinson
nah,
right
listen.
now. They
Nah,
got
Nate
hold on.
Robinson
Nate
got
Robinson is
15,000 attempts, man.
it was
Stop.
horrible, but shout out to
And
Nate
that's why he
Robinson.
got knocked out. That's what made him go get knocked out. All them 10,000 misses.
But he's I think he's sick right now. He's trying to raise money, whatever it is. Wait,
Oh, I
let
didn't
me
know he
look it
was
up.
sick, but no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's sick, it's messy, but he still got knocked out though. That we don't change that. Like when Fat Joe grabbed Roy Jones' wrist and said, "Roy, it's just hip hop." He when Fat Joe told that story, that's one of the funniest stories I ever heard. He said, "I grabbed his wrist and said, Roy, it's just hip hop."
He had a 16-year-long battle with kidney disease that ended in kidney failure.
Oh man,
Damn.
that's what Freeway had. Freeway had to get a kidney transplant too.
Having made history on the basketball court, Robinson is now on a mission to help all affected by kidney disease.
Yeah, because when I was younger, I almost died because I almost had kidney failure because I wasn't drinking. I was drinking everything except for water. I was walking down the street one day with my mom's and just passed out in the middle of the street. We had to go to the hospital. And I had to take these big ass pills to literally flush my kidneys. And I had to drink water and cranberry juice for like 3 months. For real. When I was like 11 years old, bro. I was
And
walking, going to my aunt's house, and I said, Mommy, my side hurt. And I just fell because I literally fell on the ground.
you've been
That's how
okay
much.
since then?
Yeah, the woman told me all you have to do is drink water. The purpose of drinking water is for a reason. It flushes you out. I was drinking juice and soda, and I wasn't drinking no water. My pee looked like apple juice. I was a little kid. I didn't know no better. But that's why to this day, bro, I make sure I drink a lot of water. That pain, I've only felt that type of pain twice. When my kidneys was hurting and when I had to get my gallbladder taken out. Those two pains are different. I had to get my gallbladder taken out in 2020. That was different. When I went through that pain, bro, I went straight to the emergency room. They was like, they said the medical term for it, and they had to take that shit out of me. My shit got a kidney stone got stuck in it, and I got an infection.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I don't play with that, yo, bro. I'm a nervous nigga. When something don't feel right, I'm going to the hospital, dog. I'd rather be like I remember when I was back in the days, my ex-girlfriend Jackie, remember her? And she used to drive me crazy. I thought I had a blood clot. I went to my doctor. He was like, Joseph, If you had a blood clot, you wouldn't be this calm. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I was nervous. Yo, bro, I don't play games like that. When something don't feel right, I'd rather go to the doctor and be wrong than be there. Someone put their hands on my shoulder and say, you got 2 years to live. Like when I got my prostate checked out, bro. I got my prostate checked when I was like 36, bro. I was mad young.
I had
I'm
to get
not
my.
waiting. Listen to me. And I told the doctor, I said, I need a woman to come in here, bro. He was like, no problem. They brought a chick in there. It's one of the most uncomfortable feelings in the world, but hey, you got to do it. And I did that shit 6 years ago. So fuck it.
I had to do it at like 22 actually, because
Listen,
I
I'm
kept
not mad
having
at that.
like I was constipated and it seemed like you got too much potassium. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Now, to be honest, I've been
Oh,
going to the bathroom the best I've been in my whole life because I eat this
bro,
yogurt.
bro, I never had a problem going to the bathroom my whole life. I'm a shit, bro. I tell people I take classic shits, my nigga. I take, but ever since I got my gallbladder taken out, it's different. I take about 6 shits a day because you got to eat different. My body don't break down food the same because that secreted certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So I don't even drink regular milk now. I had to drink almond milk. Now I'm drinking lactate. I can't eat certain things. I'm not really supposed to eat certain things because I don't have a gallbladder. So it's crazy. It's different
So what
now.
is that? Is there anything is it sugar? Like what in particular do you have to watch
Like
out for?
you have to watch out for anything. Like I can't eat a lot of fried food. Like just the basic shit that your gallbladder breaks it down differently. But now that it's gone, it's gonna, you could gain weight faster. It's mad shit that's different. So it's like it's different now. I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Plus, when you get older, like when I never had allergies before, now when I get seasonal allergies. Back in the days, I didn't know I had allergies. I would go to the doctor, you think you got a cold, and the doctor's like, yo, you got, I'm like, where the fuck I get allergies from? You know what I'm saying? Woo! Wow, this nigga Braun dunking on everybody. Like, this shit crazy. Yeah, he broke the record. He got the most, because Kareem didn't play 19 years. Kareem only played in 18 games because he was hurt 1 year. So LeBron has played in the most All-Star games ever. As a starter, rather. You know what's crazy? I never even saw that Larry Johnson dunk contest. Growing up, I ain't have cable. Niggas was broke. So I used to have to go to people's cribs. Like the first legit dunk contest I ever saw was the one Kobe won in 96. No, I saw the 96 one with Brent Berry. That was my first one. No, Kobe was 96 and Brent Berry was 97. So Kobe's dunk contest, Allen Iverson's rookie season, that's the first All-Star game I ever saw. And from then down, I saw all of them.
I want to say that's the first one I saw.
Because we wanted to see Iverson. And we wanted to see Iverson versus Kobe and Steph.
Yeah, it wasn't the slam dunk contest. I don't remember seeing it growing up
Yeah, I
because I
remember Kobe.
was
Kobe did the East Bay Funk. He did he caught a spasm the first time trying to do it, and then he caught it the second time. Because Brandy was there. I remember all that.
he flexed.
He did that. That's when I didn't like Kobe then. I didn't. You know when I started liking Kobe. I told you I started really liking Kobe in 2008, the Redeem Team. So 2008 down, that's when my love for Kobe changed.
I was
At
always
first,
trying to.
go
No,
ahead. I'm
at
sorry.
first. Nah, at first. No,
No, I'm
you're
just
gonna
saying
explain
at
what I
first,
always say.
because when Kobe first came in, you know what I'm saying? I was from Brooklyn. We was fucking with Steph. I was fucking with Ray Allen. They from the Big East. I didn't know who Kobe was like that. I'm not gonna say like I knew Kobe. I knew Steph. I knew Kerry Kittles. I knew Ray Allen. Those because UConn's my team, so I seen the Big East. You know what I'm saying? So when Kobe came in, and we see him against the Utah Jazz shooting air balls and all that. See, we saw that. A lot of these kids that later on saw Kobe, when they saw Kobe after he won, we saw Kobe struggles. But we also saw like Kobe not scared and Kobe nice. Because when him and Shaq, that was crazy. But like I said, we was fucking with Iverson. I think everybody in that era loved Iverson.
Yeah, we didn't like Kobe because it was a lot that came with it. I always talk about it.
We thought he was corny. I
It
thought
was
he
it
was
was
corny at first.
yeah.
I'm not
He didn't
talking on.
come
I'm talking off the court.
off authentic. Like
Yes.
he was a carbon copy, and AI felt like he knew who he was from the rip. And with Kobe, it felt like he was selling us an image, which he was. He was going to LA, and then Steve Stout mentioned how he would bring Kobe in different places.
Yeah.
He wanted to. They brought him to Rucker Park. It was an image being
Yeah.
sold, and it's cool. But after a while, I always say that I think it was '03, whatever All Star game was in Philly, and they booed him. It was me and my man,
Yeah.
shout out to Ryan again. I used to go to his house all the time and watch everything. League Pass when it first came out, I was at his crib. And we were just
I
like, we used
remember.
to
I
argue all the
remember they
time.
booing him.
T Mac versus Kobe. I was like, nah, T Mac is nicer. And then after that year, it was like, nah, Kobe's on a different level. Because
Nah, I
he's the
never
guy.
thought T Mac was better than Kobe. I never thought that. I just thought Kobe was corny. I just thought, like you said, I just think Kobe wasn't coming across authentic. And remember, we also was young. Remember when Kobe came in the league at 18, I was 16. So we was definitely close.
We were all
Kobe.
peers.
So when you think about it, we were growing up also. That's why I said by 2008, I'm 28. I have a different appreciation for watching Kobe now because I done seen him win with Shaq. He was heading to win without Shaq. But when he did that whole Redeem Team shit, niggas was shocked that, yo, Kobe going to the Olympics? And to
Well,
see, because everybody thought, what if it don't work because of him? But he's what they needed.
I, even
You
before
understand
that,
what I'm saying?
he was the last of the Mohicans. But '03,
Yeah.
that's what he showed me that same thing back then. Because it was like in the middle of the entire crowd booing him. Not the entire crowd, but too many people booing him. For me, I always felt like, all right, say what you want, but I think he's the only one in the league right now that cares as much. And it always showed like he got better every season. And he's the only one, like he's inauthentic because everyone else is trying to be too cool now. Iverson brought in this whole era of I'm cool. Kobe wasn't cool. He was the oddball. And then especially after he went through the case, it kind of like was a crossroad for him. It was a fork in the road where he
Nah.
just, well, yeah, it got to a point where it polarized him. The whole world turned on him
Nah,
because
I
they
can't even.
still,
I'm gonna say something totally different. I'm gonna go a different way with that. Iverson wasn't cool because we thought he was being himself. Iverson was from the hood like us. Iverson carried himself like us, growing up with the baggy clothes and wearing things a certain way. Kobe just looked corny. Kobe just looked corny. His mannerisms was corny. He looked like he was from the suburbs. He didn't look like an inner city kid. But that's what I'm saying. So when I was watching Kobe Young, my perspective is he's corny because he looks corny. Like Grant Hill was nice, but Grant Hill was corny. Like Kobe said, if I was going to college, I would have went to Duke. And 90% of Duke guys, minus a few, they're corny guys.
but Grant Hill
So
never came off inauthentic.
he came across as corny. What was Grant Hill's personality? Corny.
Right, but I didn't feel like he was trying to sell me an image that wasn't him. Like it was a persona that was close to who he was.
I don't
Kobe
think.
was trying to rap. It was like, bro,
But
like,
but
and
but
I'm
hold
not
on.
saying AI,
Iverson tried to rap. Chris Webber tried to rap.
right, but it made sense that Iverson was trying to rap. He was a superstar with that image, with that persona. But I'm not saying that Iverson was wrong for doing that. I'm
Nah,
saying
but
the
think
rest
about
of the league, what he did, the rest of the league echoed. And then Kobe looked like the oddball because he wasn't
and,
that
and,
image. But then
and
it
think
came.
about what I said the other day. Again, when I was watching Kobe, he's 2 years older than me, right?
Mhm.
He's 1 year older than me. I think 1 or 2 years older than me, right? Back then, he was corny because I didn't know him. Like I told you, fast forward, I found out he could listen to Jay-Z and memorize it like the same way I can. I
Oh,
saw
that's
different.
why you
I
like
no,
Kobe.
not just it's not just because of that. When you hear him talk about how he was serious about basketball, the reason why Kobe wasn't hanging out and doing none of that shit is we thought he was corny, but this man was on a mission to be the best basketball player. We wasn't seeing that because we was immature. That's what I'm trying to say.
And
Now that I
remember,
look back on it, now that
not
I'm
just
older, I'm like, oh shit, he was different because it's not that he's corny because he's not going out. He's corny because he's trying to be the best. So he'd rather be home and study.
so remember, it's not only that, he is kind of socially awkward because he's coming in the league at 18. These are grown men he's playing on the same team with. He can't lead them. It's not like
Yeah.
Braun where you plan him. He just shows up on the court and he looks like a grown man. He's still a boy. That he was still a kid, but because you're that size, now you can lead a franchise like that. That's not Kobe's. That wasn't Kobe's deal. On top
No.
of that, what we forget about is we really did a number on Kobe after the trial, and it was
Yep, because
after
it
the
was with
Shaq thing.
Shaq. Yeah, and that's another thing. But remember, it was just things that kept adding up. It was the fact that you're corny, the fact that you feel it when he's not being authentic. Then you snitch on Shaq. It was just so much stuff adding up. And like I said, but once 2008 came around, I don't care about the whole. I didn't turn my back on him because of that, what he went through. I never turned my back on him as appreciating him as a basketball player. There's
Now,
plenty
but I
of
think
players.
The Shaq thing turned a lot of
No,
us off.
the Shaq
That
thing
was
turned
like,
us off because it's like, bro, you really broke bro code. That's bro code. Like,
yeah,
no matter what, if my man doing something and I know, and that's my man like that, and I'm not gonna go on national or just whatever and put his business out there just because I'm in hot water. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
You look like a straight snitch, Kobe. At that
yeah.
particular time, we're not talking about now. We're talking about at the time when this was going on, people. So that's not get it twisted. We respect, like I said, you can't help but Kobe is one of the greatest basketball players. Kobe showed me that he worked hard, that he kind of tweaked Michael Jordan's footwork and made it better because he went to Hakeem to learn Hakeem's footwork. You know what I'm saying? Kobe put that. So when you see Jason Tatum and doing certain things and Kyrie, they went to Kobe to learn that. Kobe made himself fundamentally better than Michael Jordan. Fundamental as far as footwork, positioning. When Kobe said, "I play basketball not to waste any movement on the court," I was like, "Yo, that's crazy."
Well,
When
he
he
said that
said
about
that,
Jordan.
he said, watching
Yeah,
Jordan, I realized he didn't waste any movement on the court. That's why think about it, with Phil Jackson and Shaq and all that triangle offense, Kobe also learned from that. Kobe learned how to play with a big man and how to play without a big man. But he was able to take what Jordan did and just tweak it. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know what's crazy? I always wondered why Kobe went to number 24. And I didn't realize Kobe's a Virgo like me. His birthday is 8/24.
hmm
That's crazy. He was number 8 and then he switched to 24. It's like, damn, his birthday is 8/24. I never knew that until maybe like 2 years ago. I said, oh shit, that's crazy.
I don't know why I knew that because
Like
I
I
know
said, and
that there's
also I didn't even realize he was a Virgo like me until a few years ago. Like maybe like 2019, 2020, I was like, oh shit, he was a
I,
Virgo.
I usually find out about because August babies I always and Leos and Virgos I always somehow we always get really close. And he was some anybody's that's an August birthday I find out about I usually remember it like Hulk Hogan.
Like
Oh, I think Obama was born in
we
August.
got I got Michael Jackson in August. I got Kobe in August. I got Nipsey in August. Matter of fact, me and Nipsey's son share the same birthday. His youngest, his son was born on my birthday in August.
So, but just to I guess finish that with Kobe, the Redeem team did help all that, and that's a
Yeah.
lot of these young guys. Shout out to Dom.
But hold on.
I'm
That
glad that
helped
that
them.
documentary came out to show
Remember,
that.
and what they said, people got to see another side of Kobe. Like Kobe's actually cool. He's funny. He's such and such because there's going to be a stigma on you. Like, damn, is he approachable? Remember, that's why when LeBron was singing him happy birthday, even though Kobe didn't want it, he said, "Yo, I appreciated that because it showed me that the guys was fucking with me." You know what
And
I'm saying?
and it's a different. They're younger. It's different than when you came to the league and everybody's older than you.
Yeah,
They're not gonna give you respect like that. And they all went through that. They all went through like a
absolutely.
hazing period. You're the young guy. You ain't supposed to get respect. We're not
Think
supposed to
about it.
respect you. You're supposed
Think
to
about
respect
it.
us.
When Kobe and Iverson and Steph, our era, and when we was teenagers coming to the league, you had Jordan, you had Tim Hardaway, you had Alonzo Mourning. These niggas was heading out. Patrick Ewing and all these niggas, Reggie Miller, they was getting old. Karl
hmm
Malone and these niggas.
Yeah. So he really that helped change the respect for Kobe from a lot of people.
Yeah,
Because then now all the next generation were looking at Kobe like, nah, he's the god. Because we
bro.
saw how at a practice on the Olympics that don't even count, he's taking it seriously. Even Melo
Bro,
was like, yo, I'll get up early, but I ain't getting up at no 4 in
bro,
the morning.
when real talk, bro, and this is crazy, R.I.P. Kobe, because buying his Mamba Mentality book because I watched that Kobe Bryant Muse documentary, and I'm so happy I got his jersey. I got the number 8 Lakers. I got his rookie jersey because that's the era I saw Kobe when he was drafted with the gold logo. I got that Kobe jersey. I'm so happy I got that because that's what I'm trying to tell my son. Now that I'm older, they go Karl Malone right there. Speaking of Karl Malone on TV, now that I'm older, that's why I said when Kobe was drafted, I was young. I wasn't mature enough to feel. I'm looking at Kobe like, yo, he's corny because he just looked different. He don't look like Iverson. He not dressing like Iverson because it just looked that way until you actually meet somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could meet
Mm-hmm.
someone that could be from North Carolina and be the biggest fan of the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But they may be
Mm-hmm.
look different from you. And like you said, Kobe was trying to become the best basketball player ever. So I remember they told a story when they was like, "Yo, Kobe, we going to go eat or go to the club." Kobe said, "Nah, I'm watching film."
He told
And they
Iverson that.
was like, "What?" Yeah, he said, "I'm watching film," and obviously was like, "All right," and dipped off. You know what I mean?
I can't check my camera. Okay. His battery works pretty good. It's crazy.
Yeah, because right now it's like a minute and change. I'm about to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna black the camera out, but I'm still. I don't know if I go outside, you gonna still hear me because I'm probably gonna put my headphones down. So I'm probably gonna mute it and black the joint. I could do that.
Yeah. We could even, if you want, remember, this is going to stay up. We could both, I could just put a video in the background, leave this on Bro Baby as like a promotional thing for halftime. I put like, I could do it right now. Halftime, on Bro Baby halftime All-Star game. It don't matter. You ready to
All
come
right.
back
So
on?
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, if I back out of this and go on my phone, I just have to click the link again to get back on. Or just open it up in the. I just open it up in the browser, right?
Yeah, you should be fine. Because even if you want, I could probably remove you.
No.
Yeah.
Just I was gonna say, just leave it. Just
All
leave it
right.
on. I'm just gonna mute it and
If you want to try it now, leave and then come back in and see what happens.
Well, let me see. You can still hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. See, I didn't leave. I just went out because I'm checking messages and stuff.
Okay. Oh, got you. But you wanted to play music.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I said I'm gonna leave it on. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna leave it on. I'm just gonna black out the camera and I'm gonna go out. So, because if I put my earbud in the charge, you're not gonna hear me until I put the earbud back on. So it's all good.
Got you.
See, now I'm back. I just put it back.
And caught up.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit the mic and black the camera, and then I'll come back
All right.
when the halftime once halftime over. All right.
All right.
All right. Yo, you gonna stay on, right?
I just leave it up. I'll probably play a video in the meantime.
All right.
You can hear me?
No, I put the mic on mute.
Okay. Now I was in
Back.
the
I'm just trying to situate the camera right, and now I'm about to go out now. I'm just gonna click the camera and click the mic. All right. And,
yo, hit
and
me
when I
on the other joint just in case if you don't hear from me, hit me on the phone the email joint. If
what
you
do you
call me
mean?
on there, then you see I got two different text threads. One is my phone number, the other
No.
one is
I'm
my
saying,
email.
are you getting off totally, or you just gonna black the camera like I'm doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna black it out and mute it.
Yeah. So when I get on, when I unmute the mic, you gotta hear me.
No, I'm not because I'm just plug it in. Don't worry about it. All right, you right. Because
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm saying. You'll see
yeah,
me
you
when
right.
we back on. All
All
right.
right, all right.
All right.
in a sale. Watching somebody else live your life. I'll come on board all. One fight for you and me. Let's do it.
I used to be pretty clueless about shopping. Like, when I heard I could save by getting cash back as Rakuten, I was like, that's this. I was like, why can't I do this sooner? You could get cash back on all the
Yo, I see y'all, man. Stop acting brand new.
pretty much whatever. Look back there. In conclusion, you have to be butt crazy to shop at that Rakuten. Aren't you a little old for high school? What?
Same order, same time, every game day. Which means more chips for your dasher, business for your
Let me see if I could do.
and just
Yeah,
maybe a
that's
superstitious boost for your team. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Nice cold Michelob Ultra, courtesy of Saw Your Airball last game. A refreshing Michelob Ultra, courtesy of As If You've Never Airballed. Another Michelob Ultra, courtesy of Actually I Never Ever Had. Another Ultra, courtesy of You Know You Have a Highlight Reel of Airballs.
Can Degree Advance pass the T-shirt challenge? Let's see if Joel gets any sweat marks. Unbeatable non-stop protection, tested to the limit. Final score? Still dry fresh. Degree Advance, instantly dry 72-hour non-stop protection.
Hey Google, call Candace. Where you at? I'm out of town. Any chance you can come through? Already on the way. Rihanna, this is Taylor Brooks reporting live. We're sorry wrong as they would have picked up game has reached epic levels. This could be the best pickup game of all time.
We all treasure basketball in the countless ways it connects us. But there may be nothing more beautiful than the idea that the game can be just a simple thread of a global connection. Nearly 4 decades ago, a story began unfolding when the NBA turned its focus to a new frontier. An entire continent that was already transforming itself in countless ways. Today, on the shoulders of limitless ambitions, Africa is moving the entire planet forward. With the layers of culture, fashion, music, art, innovators in industry, and of course, heroes of sport. After all these years, we've grown together, basketball and Africa. Thanks to pioneers who so proudly showed the way, laying down the roots of a legacy so deeply embedded in the fabric of the NBA today. So tonight, revel in the audacity of our ambitions, embrace the promise of our collective heart, to the stage, we've got the young King Rema, we've got the beautiful Queen Tams, and to start us off, give it up for my boy, Brother Boy. Everybody got your ass up, please. I've been spoken. The people also did. If I do not take my go to you, don't know how to show you my love. About you got away. So baby, I don't want nobody to keep my mind. But it's like I want to be there. Don't wanna waste my days. I want to.
Yo, who the fuck are these people performing, bro?
I heard all their songs before.
Nah, this is not Black Panther Part 3. Nobody want to hear this shit right now, bro.
Not a,
But I'm not ready yet.
no.
I'm
I'm
still
about to
getting.
throw up the joint right now. That's
Nah,
hilarious.
it's all good. I'm about to come back. I'm about to give me. I should be back on like 10, like in 5 minutes. I'll
Yeah, me
unmute.
too. Give me a couple minutes. I'm just gonna
Oh no
I'll
no
probably get
no.
something to eat too.
Just let me know you're ready. I'm just gonna mute mine. There's no good. Once I see you come on, just blank your screen and mute it like mine. Whoever come, once I see you come on, that means we ready. All right.
All right.
You
Yeah, white one.
nah, with no Braun, the game got good. They going at it. Giannis team took over. Tatum clicking, he getting the MVP. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, Kyrie. No, Tatum got 34. Let's go. He going for the MVP. But Tatum got it. LeBron got hurt.
Hit his hand on the rim, right?
Yeah, his finger. But he don't need to play. He proved his point, but this is getting good though. Now they're gonna start playing for real. You feel what I'm saying? So the intensity of the game will be a little bit better. Like Donovan Mitchell is nice. Like he fit good in Cleveland because but he's still another person that I don't believe in Cleveland, man. They got to show me. You know what I'm saying? I like Donovan Mitchell, but it's just something about Cleveland. Like they a player away, maybe.
Yeah. And Mobley is not second year in the league. He needs a hook shot. He needs something because he's too capable and it can hold them back. So that
Listen,
guy
man.
defensively, you got something like that. We haven't seen something like that since the Twin Towers. I don't want to act like they David Robinson and Tim Duncan,
No,
but
but
for
I know
this
what you
era,
mean as far
yeah,
as being both guys being big enough to protect and can get you a double double if they work hard. You know, I know what you're saying.
yeah, I don't expect Jarrett Allen because Joel Embiid be giving it to Jarrett Allen. That's the thing I like about Joel Embiid. He goes at Joker, he goes at Jarrett Allen. So I just expect Jarrett Allen to be who he is. I don't expect Jarrett Allen to get that much better. I
No,
never did.
I
But
expect him
Evan
to give me at
Mobley,
least. I expect him at least give me a double double. At least give me
yeah,
10 and 10.
Evan Mobley, we need to see 25 and 10
Yeah, just
because
like
he's
that's how I always felt about Blake Griffin. Like Blake Griffin to me should have been averaging 25 and 10 easy, but he always got injured and he didn't get it. He got the slowest jump shot I've ever seen. Like he was mad stiff, but
it's too muscles, too many muscles.
I think he's another one that was overrated. No one talks about that. Blake Griffin should have been way better. Blake Griffin wasn't better than Antonio McDyess.
Um,
But remember,
Blake had a
Antonio
good stretch,
McDyess,
man.
no, he had a
Blake's
good stretch of being making an all-star team, but Blake Griffin really was not. McDyess had a jump shot. McDyess had moves, and he could dunk. It's just that he was injury prone, just like Blake Griffin.
Blake was bringing the ball up at a certain point. There was a, and like you said, it
Bro,
was because he got injured and he was inconsistent. Because there was
Blake
just half a
Griffin.
season when
Think about
CP3
this.
went down. Blake
Think
Griffin was
about
bringing
this.
the ball up, doing a lot of point guard behavior. But
Blake Griffin and CP3 should have been a great duo mentioned with Kobe and Shaq, Penny and Shaq.
nah.
Bro, Blake Griffin talent. Blake Griffin was a number one pick. Chris Paul was a number 2, 3 pick. The talent wise, they should have been a great duo. But injury and Blake Griffin's game not really expanding robbed us. Yeah, they should have been a great duo. That's what it was called Lob City for a reason. Think about it. Blake Griffin wasn't no second round pick. This dude was the first round in the draft. Blake Griffin underachieved. Chris Paul and those guys underachieved. That's why it was a letdown. You got Doc Rivers, who won the championship in Boston, and you guys underachieved. Nobody talks about that. That Lob City, that duo should have been up there with Kobe and Shaq as
I
far as
don't, I don't,
big and small. I'm not
I,
talking about winning championships. I'm talking about big and small. Like, damn, that would have been crazy. Like, even the little minute that KG and Steph played, we saw what it could have been.
see, but again, we were excited off their athleticism and the talent. But first of all, people do talk about Chris Paul like that, and that being a letdown. They certainly talk about that.
No,
That
I'm
is
not.
brought up. That's brought
Yeah,
up all
Chris
the time. That's a
Paul.
part of
But
his
I'm talking
resume.
about Blake Griffin
But
is on
even
the
with Blake,
Celtics right now.
right? But even with Blake, they speak about Blake Griffin like that. They speak about Blake like, yo, you were soft. We seen you get punked. There was a lot going on with Blake Griffin.
Yeah,
Um,
he's
that's that's
he's
part
an
of it also. But
underachiever.
I don't think like looking back on it, he's gonna get you the rebounds and certain and energy points. But Evan
Who?
Mobley, Blake Griffin back then, like looking back on it, we shouldn't have expected it unless he was gonna get some sort of turnaround jump shot.
No, Blake Griffin
Unless
never
you were,
got it.
and you know what
That's
else
what,
he lacked? You know what he really lacked was defense.
bro.
If
Listen
he
to
would
what
have,
I'm.
buckled down and defended to be that athletic, you can get around. If you're able to bring the ball up like that and you're that versatile, you should be able to defend a lot more players on that court. I think that's
Blake
his biggest
Griffin,
flaw.
Blake Griffin should have been better than LJ. He should have been better than Anthony Mason. He should have been mixing up theirs for he had more talent than all of those guys. When you look at it, he's not better than Larry Johnson and Antonio McDyess. Those guys had jumpers. He's not better than Dominic Wilkins. Dominic Wilkins had a jumper. Dominic Wilkins could dunk, but Damo had a jumper. Blake Griffin didn't have any of that. He was catching putbacks and dunks. What was
Right.
even? That's what I'm saying. What was his signature move? He had no move.
But even
KG
then,
developed. KG developed the fadeaway. Tim Duncan had the shot off the backboard. Blake Griffin didn't have none of that.
it wasn't in him. Like you say, he falls into that category of a super athlete that
Yeah,
just
he was a
got
number
too
one
lazy.
draft pick. This dude was a number one draft pick. And his biggest thing in his career is jumping over a key in a dunk contest. Nah,
Yeah, because Aaron Gordon, even Aaron, I think
Aaron
this is Aaron
Gordon is
Gordon's
better
best
than him.
season
Aaron Gordon is better than Blake Griffin right now. Blake Griffin should have been
right
looking like
now.
Aaron got no. Blake Griffin should have been playing like Aaron Gordon, going out there and giving you 25 and 10 on a regular basis.
So that's part of the problem. That once you get that contract, once you get the key
Tatum,
of money,
nah, I don't want to hear that, bro. Remember, it was mostly injury. I'm not saying it was his fault. I'm just saying that situation should have been crazy with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. That should have been crazy. And you had on DeAndre Jordan, another big dude that could catch crazy dunks and play defense. So he had help on the back end, Blake Griffin. You feel me?
I just it's Doc Rivers. We know what he's about.
Yeah.
I think it was a recipe for exactly what it was. Now that you look back on it, because they lost to that Rockets team, that was crazy. That's
Listen,
crazy.
man.
James Harden was on the bench.
Every time I turn around, when the playoffs came around or come around, I see Chris Paul in a warm up or a turtleneck because he hurt.
He might as well rent a wheelchair come playoff time.
Yeah,
Chris
like
Paul, get it
him, Blake
together
Griffin. It's a lot of dudes that, like I said,
and
it's a
roll to
lot
the
of dudes.
bench.
It's a lot of dudes that get, and I'm not blaming them. It's not their fault, but it's like, oh my God, that's Dollars. Dollars hit that? Nah, Dame different, yo. I love Dame Lillard, bro. I love Dollars, man. He need to get out of Portland, but I love he pulling from the he pulling from half court. Tatum got like 42 already. Damn, Tatum getting MVP. Nah, Dame different.
He just pulled from half court like that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he pulling for yo, the NBA changing. Soon he's gonna have to be 4-pointers. Look where he pulling from. On the regular, that's easy work. That's easy work. Look at Luca like, nah, that's different. I love you, Luca. Luca different too. Just gotta mature. When Luca get his bid, it's over. Remember, Giannis didn't even get his bid yet. He's still out here with the mustache. My show Snowfall coming back Wednesday. You watch Snowfall?
That's a show that was really good. I stopped watching after the first season, I think.
Nah, Snowfall
But
crazy. You need to bro. This show crazy, man. I love this show.
so even last, because I heard a lot of disappointing things from last season. It was still good. You liked it?
Bro, last year was good. Everybody's gonna have a something to say about it. But the writing, the acting, it's a good show. This is the best. This might be the best show on TV when it comes on. This and Ozark. You seen Ozark, right?
Ozark is official. I think Ozark's the best
You know
show.
what I'm saying? No, Ozark is the best show, but I said as far as being on TV, Ozark is a Netflix. That's different. I'm
What's
talking
the
about
difference? Oh, damn.
Netflix is on damn.
Oh, it's the final
Snowfall
season?
Snowfall's on FX. Netflix is a bigger machine. I'm just saying for the TV show, the way it turned out is crazy. Ozark is different. You got Jason Bateman. That's a different type of acting. That's what I'm saying. This dude is a relatively unknown. For this guy to come out of nowhere and play this character, he embodied this character. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these people on here, we never seen them before. It makes the show. It's a great show. You had great writing. You know what I'm saying? And the actors are believable in the roles.
FX has a lot of good shows.
Yeah, I don't expect. I like Jason Bateman. I know what he can do, so I expect the show to be good. That's why I started watching it, because I've been watching Jason Bateman since Growing Pains.
FX has a lot of good shows.
No, not
AMC
Growing
had a lot of
Pains.
good.
Not Growing Pains. He played
The
in that
Hogan
show.
Family.
Yeah, the Hogan Family. I'm sorry. Yeah, Teen Wolf 2. We've been watching him.
I think FX has a lot of great shows, and AMC does also.
And hold
Like
on,
that, they're in the same they're in the same bracket as Netflix.
You know what flipped Jason Bateman too? Remember, growing up, Jason Bateman always played the good guy. But when he started playing the dick in movies and the villain, he is something that's how I see actors. When you show me you can do something that you've never done before and be as good as it playing something that you've never done, that lets me know you're a great actor. Like I said with Tom Cruise, when Tom Cruise played the villain in Collateral, that changed the game for me. Like, oh, he's always the good guy. He always wins in movies. You know what I'm saying? He got killed in that movie. You know what I'm saying? We don't really see that. Like when Christopher Walken get killed in King of New York. You feel me?
What movies did Jason Bateman play in?
He played in
That he was a bad guy.
what's the
that
remember,
made you say, "Oh, wait a minute, what's this about?"
Not that he's a bad guy. He started doing comedies, but the funniest shit he was in that shit with Kevin Hart and The Rock when he was playing a bully. In Central Intelligence, him being a bully as the shit that he was doing was mad fuckers. I was like, yeah, he's really playing a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like when he played in the movie with his brother, his friend. What was the name of the movie? Tag Team.
That's crazy. I never saw that.
Nah, the movie with him and his wife, and they think they're playing a game, and this shit is real. What's going on? Like he played in mad comedies. Like I fuck with him, and then to see Ozark, he's playing a believable character. You believe him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he's like, this dude is he embodies the character. Like, you believe Marty. You rooting for Marty to win because you don't want him to die.
I think the machine, though, going back to what you said about Netflix, it's a tech company. Like even the way, I don't know if you saw Kaleidoscope, even the way they did that. That was Chris Tucker.
Oh yeah, I saw.
With
Yeah,
he got the Beijing.
Bro, listen to me. Yesterday, Chris Tucker was up there looking like a Christmas ornament. He had on some glistening ass shirt with that Beijing looking terrible. Yeah, I saw Kaleidoscope. That was just something different. But at the same shit, they talk about no matter what order you watching in. I think if you watching in different order, it's still gonna not come out the same. It's just gonna be like watching flashback. Every show's a flashback if that's the case.
Right. The marketing was dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
But I just watched that shit and the way that shit was on Netflix.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I do like the fact that when Netflix came out and they changed the game to me is when they put all the episodes on.
Right.
Like when you watch Stars, you gotta go week to week. I'm watching Power BMF, but when Netflix put, you be like, oh shit. And then Prime started doing it. The other places started, Amazon started doing it. You feel me?
I don't know which one I like more. It depends on the show. But I was gonna say also the Kaleidoscope thing was a feature on Netflix that's ill. But they all like the way Ozark is, the way they write the episodes, they know our tendencies. So they know by like episode 2, we start to tune out. So by like the middle of episode 2, they'll have like a crazy turner, like a crazy killing out of nowhere.
Yeah, but
so it makes you buy into it.
No, it's that. But that's all shows. Remember, go back to these shows. Forget all the cyber shit. Go back to when we was younger, or in the 2000s when I was 20 when The Wire was out. It's about writing. These guys are professionals. They're not going to give you just like when you watch a movie. Some movies come on with mad action and then die off and the action picks up. Some movies come on with no action. It's all about balance. You have to get balanced out. That's why I know when I watch a show, I expect to see boring episodes because they're telling a story. I expect that. You know what I'm saying? I know if they showing 10 episodes, 3 of these shit's gonna be trash, 4 are gonna be good, and 3 of them I'm not gonna really give a fuck about. But you watch it, you understand what I'm saying? And that's how I
Hmm.
break it down. But then when you put the analytics in it now in this generation, yes. But they've always done that. When you was at home watching Different Strokes when you was young, and that episode came on when Willis and the girl, and when Arnold and the girl got kidnapped, that was in the '80s, and they was writing it like that. You feel me?
Yeah. But
When hold on, when Eddie Winslow get beat up by the Dragons, they wrote it that it did that.
right,
You
but
feel
this
me?
is and they did their own research. It was always like that. But now
Yeah.
on Netflix, they're doing it for that was a test run. So they're doing it with an algorithm now. That's different.
But
Like they're
they've been doing
programming
that.
I understand that, but now they have the data to do all this.
Yeah,
This
don't you
is
know
this
how
is this is different.
when you go on your Netflix, they be like, hey, such and such, movies you might like. How you know I like that shit?
Right.
You assume I like that shit. A lot of that shit that be suggested be bullshit. And I
Yeah.
don't even, I'm like, nah, this shit is trash.
It's just crazy where we are going like this, the machine, and they don't even
Bro,
they're
you
gonna
gotta
go and they're gonna
understand.
charge more money. They're telling they're gonna get rid of people's accounts.
Bro, we
Supposedly they're
about to
targeting people supposedly.
we about to start talking holograms out our wrists on some Star Wars shit in
Yeah.
30 years. Everything different, bro. Like robots are gonna soon we gonna have I'm telling you, we gonna have cyborgs playing sports.
I like you watch Mandalorian?
Absolutely. I finally finished season 2 last week because the new season starts March 1st.
It does? I think you told
March
me that.
1st. March
So
1st
we
is the
might
new
have to
season
do
start.
we might have to invite my man on here too, Eves. Shout out to Eves, Podthorn. He's a super Star Wars nerd and he broke down a lot of stuff with
See,
Mandalorian.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan,
I
but
don't like Star
grow
Wars.
I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but growing up, I've seen every Star Wars movie. My favorite Star Wars movie are Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Revenge of the Sith. Those are my 3 favorite Star Wars movies. So I've seen them all. I've seen The Mandalorian. I've watched Solo. You know what I'm saying? I've watched what Tatum. Let's go Tatum. So we should do an episode of that too, a recap before. But March 1st is that
Next.
Wednesday, the same week as we got to do the episode for the Creed recap and preview.
Yeah, but we could
Yeah,
have that, we could have that on the stash.
yeah.
We could do what we want. But
Or real talk, you could do a week to week episode review if you want to do it that way for the
yeah, of
Mandalorian
any
since
show
we
that
all
we
watched
want.
it.
Because
Because me
remember,
personally, because when I watch shows, if I got the time, Tatum got how much he got?
44.
Nah, Tatum kid, he's MVP. I watch shows. I try to run through shows. Like I was a late bloomer to Stranger Things, so I didn't watch it the first season. I watched it right before the second season started. So I'm a binge watcher. I don't do episode to episode. I go through it, but at least the Mandalorian forces us to do it because they put it up episode to episode.
Mandalorian is.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
I
like
like the
Star
actor.
Wars.
I like the actor playing the Mandalorian because he's been in mad good movies. That's why I'm watching Last of Us now
I'm
because of
watching
him.
it. I'm watching that.
I didn't see today's episode. I didn't watch. I'm taping it.
What's today? There's a new episode tonight.
Yes, it came and went off already. I taped it. I didn't watch it. It comes on at 9 o'clock.
Oh, I didn't know. So me and Val gotta watch it. Right, I caught up. So we're in the same place then. I haven't seen the new episode.
No, I didn't see today's episode, but
Me
I saw
either.
last week. I
Me
saw
too.
last week's.
Yes.
And last week, I was
Let's
telling my
talk about it.
coworker,
I
bet.
didn't know you watched.
I,
Okay.
yeah. So my coworker was like, "Yo," I said, "Yo, did you watch last week episode of the last?" But he was like, "No." So he was asking me a question. He was like, "Yo, so is Henry his brother?" I said, "Bro, his brother was the dude that shot the guy in the head when he was about to kill him and his niece." I said, he was like, "Nah," but they said he was searching for Henry. I said, "But think about it. Why would you think that's his brother if Henry is black?" You understand what I'm saying? Henry's black. His brother, why would they be brothers? I said, he's searching for his brother. I said, once you saw that the character was black, why would you think that's his brother? You feel me?
What? But yes, unless and he would have known that was his brother.
That's what I told him. But
Hold on, hold on, hold on. They showed his brother at the beginning of the
This thank you. He's the type of person that I was telling him I don't want to ruin the episode for you. Meaning, once he saw the episode, he's gonna see why I couldn't give him certain information. Because that episode was crazy because I was not expecting. And let me tell you, another show you need to watch. You watch Yellow Jackets.
no.
The woman that got killed, the leader of those people, she's from a show that come on Showtime I watch called Yellow Jackets. Christina Ricci's in it. Shorty from Pulp Fiction. I'm sorry, not Pulp Fiction. Shorty from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
The girl that was playing Harvey Keitel's daughter. She plays in that woman's from Yellow Jackets. So I wasn't expecting her to get destroyed by them zombies. Because remember in the previous episode, when they went in the basement and the floor was moving and niggas closed the door like we'll handle that later.
Right. And she was fronting, but then they explained it. Henry was explaining it, and he said, "Yo, ain't no zombies down there." I was like, "You're bugging." And then it's written really well. See, that's an HBO. That going back to the whole Netflix thing, they also leveled the HBO platform that HBO came off prestigious. The Sopranos, the Wire.
But that's what I'm saying. HBO, remember, HBO was the OG. It's like the Def Jam. HBO was the first cable. It was homebox office. Remember when we was younger, right? Not just that. HBO has mad shows. You have the Sopranos. You have the Wire. You have the Larry Davis show. You have Curb Your Enthusiasm. You have Entourage. Like, the difference between Netflix is they don't put great shows out like that all the time. HBO is more consistent.
Yeah.
Netflix will put something on crazy, but then they got a lot of stuff that's kind of like, it's for everybody likes whatever.
Yeah.
But,
so we could talk about the first 5 episodes right now, and we could do like another follow-up tomorrow whenever we both watch it.
Of what?
Last of Us. So last episode was my favorite episode, I think, was the one before this one.
The one when they see the stuff under the floor.
Yes.
Yeah. That episode.
A lot of suspense. Good. The way they crash, because there's a lot of how do you watch? First watching it, I'm like, all right, because I saw the first season of Walking Dead. I just stopped watching it, and my wife got so far ahead that I'm like, I don't feel like watching that. But this is a serious version of Walking Dead.
Nah, let me tell you the difference between this and The Walking Dead. I'm one of the biggest Walking Dead fans. I was late to Walking Dead 2. I didn't watch it the first season. I caught up around season 2. So I watched season 1 before season 2. I'm a ride or die Rick. Rick's my favorite character, followed by my man, what's my man name? Daryl. Daryl's an OG, and Carol. Those are my 3 favorite characters. But what I like about this is the fact that you thought his daughter was going to make it. You thought his daughter was good. See, when I watch movies, you ever watch a movie and they showing someone too much and it look like everything's going good? Either that person going to get shot in their head or get destroyed by a monster or a Mack truck's going to hit him. When he had her holding her, I'm like, nah, she going to get killed when this guy shoot. And I knew it because it was going too well. He saved her from the crazy old lady at the house, the brother and him show up just in time. I love, just like when you was watching the Game of Thrones, we got so caught up in the characters thinking they was gonna make it. That's how Game of Thrones changed the game, by killing off niggas that was dope.
They took Psycho.
Shit, they cooking.
They took the Psycho remedy, the Psycho platform. Like anybody could die at any given time.
Yes.
And for
that
me,
changes the game on you when you so caught up in a character and they get killed. Like when Stringer got killed on The Wire. We knew it was coming, but we didn't know it was coming. But you thought he was gonna make it, and then he got hurt.
That's how invested you are in the character. I think with this, I forgot what you just said. I forgot about that. So now it's The Last of Us with what's the guy's name? It's not Henry. Ryan.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even notice the character's name. I just know he's the Mandalorian. That's the only reason I'm watching.
Yeah,
I'm not caught up in character names right now.
Right, and it's funny that he's a bounty hunter now again. Like basically, like he's
Yeah.
So, but that's a great point that now anybody could die, and it just they write it really well. The
Yeah, because
girl's a
I didn't
great
think,
act. The girl's a great
bro,
actor too. That young
little.
kid.
I seen that little girl in something else when she was younger. I've seen her
Yes,
previously.
she looks
Just
very
like the,
familiar.
just like the woman. I don't know if that was his girlfriend. I didn't expect her to get bit. When the girl was like, "Nah, she something wrong with her." Remember, I wasn't
What?
expecting her to get. Remember the girl he was with, the woman that was getting beat up by those guys when the world
Right,
exploded.
right.
Remember she got bit. I wasn't expecting her to die. I'm thinking at least she gonna make it to 3 episodes. They got her up out of there quick.
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna tell you something. Another reason I don't really that something made me realize what people do. There's this show that was coming on TV called Big Sky, right? You know who Ryan Phillippe is, right? True Intentions.
yeah.
So I saw the advertisement. I was like, oh, this show look ill. My man Ryan Phillippe on it. Let me watch him, right? First episode, why they slump my man? He get killed in the first episode. I said they did that to us because they knew we was gonna watch it because of him. So they drew us in. First episode, he got slumped. I was like, damn. So that's why now when I watch shows, I don't get caught up. I know at least the main character is gonna make it. Everyone else is expendable.
Was she in Hilda?
I can't remember. I just know I remember her face. She just got a familiar face.
Yeah, she's either somebody's daughter or something. I'm trying to see like the
Yeah,
IMDb.
I seen her before,
She was in
but
Game of Thrones.
see, there you go. It had to be something I saw her in.
Oh, she certainly was, bro.
See what I'm saying? I knew her face was familiar. Told you.
Wow.
But so far it's pretty good. I'm still trying to figure out. We still have to get to the episode, of course. Remember, but it's ill how the doctors explain that stuff in the beginning about the fungus.
Yeah, that
That
they
was
live.
crazy. Yo, that was crazy when you
Expl-
think about it.
Wait, we
That
explain
was,
it.
and then they made it in present time, like 23 years later after his daughter got killed is now.
But re-explain that because I forgot and just
Man, I
anybody was
forgot
listening.
the technical terms. He's just saying fungus could adapt and grow. So just because you got different types of fungus, some fungus you need to heal, some fungus can kill you. Just that's what he was saying.
And
So
just
it
like
adapts.
when his girl died and they blew up the mansion, she lit everything on fire. She knew
Yeah.
it was gonna spread because it was
Yes.
like communicate. The fungus communicates with each other.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
So
that's
this is different.
crazy.
But wait a minute. That's not the crazy part. Them damn two devils that stormed out of that hole. That was crazy.
Yo, your man was letting off clips and wasn't nothing phasing
Click, click.
homeboy.
He went.
Yo,
It was
my
done.
man knew once my man told Shorty to dip, because when he saw it come out the ground, he knew it was over.
Yeah.
My man said, "Get out of here." So, remember, what else? It might be something bigger than that. To be moving the ground the way that ground was moving, niggas closed the door like, nah, we gonna worry about that later.
That's crazy.
So we ain't
And
even
he
see
knew
nothing
about it.
yet. But you know what's funny? As soon as I saw the episode when they had her and they were trying to see if she was a zombie, they kept making her repeat stuff with what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, she must have. You could just tell how, when you saw her arms, you realized they was testing her. And I'm like, damn, they trying to see if she a zombie. But so far it's cool.
But she's this episode was heart wrenching because that kid is actually really deaf in real life.
Cool.
The kid, the black kid that died. That
It wasn't heart wrenching. He got what I knew his ass was gonna turn to a zombie when I saw his leg big. He got what he deserved.
no,
I ain't
but
feel no heart wrench.
no, I'm saying, the fact that she wants to be a hero, like she wants to do something.
I don't care about none of that. Shorty, you're still a kid. This ain't a fairy tale. She think, oh, I'm gonna rub some blood on him. This nigga's bit. It's
Right.
over.
So, but
Once I saw him sitting on the edge of the bed, I said, yeah, it's over for her. I mean,
yeah,
he's dead. That
right.
nigga started growling. Nah.
But it's funny. That's a great way to put it. It's time to grow up because
Yeah.
like the fact that happened, the kid jumps on her, and the brother had to kill the older brother had to kill his own little brother. He's like,
Bro,
you could
let
see
me tell you
you
something.
could see the he lost all hope and he didn't know
Let
what to
me
live
tell
for
you right
anymore.
now. Let me tell you something right now. If you turn into a zombie, I'm putting you down immediately. The same way you should put me down. I don't care about that. It's zombie
No,
time. It's dead time.
I
My
get
son
no, no.
turned to a zombie. It's downtime. I
Right,
don't
but
care.
it was, but
That's
that was great writing. And then for him, for the girl, like you said, she has to grow up, and you're seeing
yeah,
all the reasons why she's forced into adulthood. Like not even
yeah,
adulthood. This is
bro.
soldier
Bro,
time,
it's
soldier time.
no. It's adulthood. Remember, there's people in other countries that dodge grenades and every day and stuff like that. They're kids. They shouldn't be like that, but they have to grow up. That's what I'm trying to say. Like when you watch these shows, like what's a good show that's like that? When you watch I'm trying to think of something I could relate to when someone had to grow up fast. Like
I mean, The Wire.
no, not really the Wilder, but that's a lot of shows. But sometimes you have to do things that you shouldn't be doing at a young age. Trust me, stuff I told you I've been through. What? Yeah, Tatum got 55 and only missed. He hit 10 3. Yo, this nigga got 55, bro. Tatum's about to have 60 in an All-Star game.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
Nah, this is crazy, dog. I'm impressed because he's
They're
10 and
not
8.
playing ball.
Yeah,
They're not playing ball.
bro, but you still got to make these shots though. He
Yeah,
hit
you
10
do,
of
but
eight,
it's not
bro.
ball, bro.
He hit
Eh.
10 of he hit 10 of 18 threes. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And are we gonna do another commercial for LeBron breaking the record? Are we gonna
Yeah,
keep doing this?
absolutely. Nike gonna keep doing what
Horrible,
they got to do.
horrible. Is
But
that
yeah,
Dan?
but back to the
He's really
yeah,
pulling up from half court.
yeah. Like I said, this the show is definitely a show that's turning out to be pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, even with Breaking Bad, great acting, great writing. That's why we like it's the actors and it's the people that write the scripts that give the movie its life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was 2 episodes back to back. Val played the video game, so she got me into it. And
My
she's the
my
one.
shout out to my coworker Coleman. He played the video game. He's the one that told me about the video game. So that's why I'm watching the show. I never played the game. I'm watching the show because of him telling me and the actor guy is playing in it. Oh, damn.
Remember, there's no time to play a little defense. There's no time. Knock down a three here.
Marketing's wide open. Oh, everybody missing. Dollars like, let's get out of here. There you go. Dollars. Tatum had 55. That's crazy.
So what is it? You got to be up by 10 or something?
I forgot how it goes. It's a certain amount of points you got to win because they add up the points in the beginning or whatever. Giannis got his first win. LeBron 5-1. But yeah, man, yeah, like I said, I remember I've been watching him. He was in you seen the first Kingsman movie, and he played in
No.
part 2. The Kingsman, yo. The Kingsman is my movie, bro. He was in the second one. I seen him in that. I seen him in he played in a few things I watched.
Paul Pandavor, something like that, right?
That's his real name?
Yeah, Paul something, man.
Like even when because he has a unique voice. Because when
Yeah.
I heard the voice in the Mandalorian, I was like, why he sound familiar? So when he first took his helmet off, I said, oh shit. In season 1, that's why I started fuck when they kind of showed his reflection.
Pedro Pascal. Not
Yeah,
Paul.
he's a solid actor.
I forgot Action Jackson was in Mandalorian.
Yeah, Carl Weathers getting the check. Carl Weathers still getting the current check. Me and my co-workers just talking about that. Carl Weathers had his own movie. Like Action Jackson was a big deal in the 80s. Like this dude played in Predator, which is a classic. He played in Rocky, which is a classic. Carl Weathers, for him to be getting 2023 money, that's good.
Love it. And this guy, Esposito. that was in Kaleidoscope.
Juan Carl Exposito, come on, he been guest bugging out. He been getting money since the 80s. Not to mention, he was in Breaking Bad, getting the bag.
Dope role.
Yo,
Dope role. What was the guy in the chair? The way
Nah,
he
forget-
died was crazy in Breaking
yo,
Bad.
that episode when they put the bomb on, he was trying to tell him, but he couldn't talk. Yo, and your man came out with half a body. Classic. But hold on. I'm telling you guys right now, whenever you see this guy playing a drug dealer in a movie, you know it's going to be good. So when I saw my man Lulu in the first season of Ozark, I knew it was going to be good. Lulu from Paid in Full,
Who was he in Ozark?
he was the first cartel dude that was running Marty. When remember the old lady hit him with the shotgun in the last episode and killed him?
Oh shit.
Whenever you see him in a movie and playing a drug dealer, it's going to be lit. You ever seen Superfly, the remake that they made in 2018?
Nah.
Yo, that movie, I thought it was gonna be trash. He played the cartel. That movie, there's certain antics in it because it's a movie, but the overall movie was way better than I thought it was. Whenever that man play a drug dealer in a movie, it's gonna be good.
I think we
My
can wrap
man,
this.
I've been rocking with him since La Bamba. Remember, he played Richie Valens' brother in La Bamba. That's how far I go back with my man Lulu.
You and my man Rondell are
Richie
the two
Valens,
dudes
that's his
that
real
have
name.
love.
Richie Valens.
You guys always show love to love because we love Bamba. You know, we grew up watching it because I just thought it was a
watched that
Hispanic
shit.
thing, but y'all love La
Nah, we
Bamba.
fuck. I've been watching, bro. That's an '80s movie, bro. That's what I was watching when I was younger on HBO. Yeah,
Used to come on regular TV for us. We got him on HBO.
yes, sir.
But yo, it's 11 p.m. East Coast time. We're gonna have a couple more episodes. Look, you see Joe, he freshened up, right? Joe Rose got the light on, the ring light. We ain't playing no games, man. Wait till you get the mic. Start smacking him up. 11 p.m. It's my man Joe Rose. You know his favorite perspective. I didn't introduce us, but whatever.
That's so good. I mean, that after a while, I guess you could loop it in there somehow. I don't even know.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna shut it down though. Catch y'all tomorrow on the next day.